Hello, everybody. This is Jason Glatzer, and we have reached the moment we have all been waiting for. We have reached the final table of the WSOP Circuit main event, the record-breaking affair with 1,160 entries. We are down to the final 9 here at Card Casino. You can see the chip counts over here. We have 2 Bulgarians up top in Laszlo Janowski and Mr. Parrish as well. We have a lot of middling stacks and some short stacks, some great action. They've already locked up 17,000 and change, and they are playing for a lot more. There's a 235,000 euro top prize, the trip to the Bahamas, and the coveted gold ring. I will be joined very shortly by Mr. Bobby James, Mr. BJP Poker, and we will be with you until a winner is crowned. But we'll go straight into the action. We have Big Slick here for Peter Svoboda, definitely going to be opening. He was a very active player yesterday. We expect him to remain so today. And raising to a 2.5x sizing. So we're going to see a lot of min raises today. We're going to see some players maybe mix it up as we see on the very first hand. And not too exciting. Maybe if it was a min raise, we would see Popa defend. But instead, we see take it down. And you can see the payouts now by Nightbot, 17,380 they've locked up. 235,000 up top, and Bobby James is here. You missed an exciting first hand with a Big Slick opened by Peter Svoboda to 2.5x and everybody folding. And welcome everybody to the chat as well. The chat is already quite active, which is good. Please root for your favorite player. If you have any friends or family in the chat, let us know. We're always happy to interact with you along the way when the action is in between hands.
What's happening, guys? BJP here. Nice to join you all. Hope everyone is doing well.
And we're doing quite well, Bobby. This is rather exciting. We see Seb from early position open folding the 7, so we can understand now he is going to be playing a little bit tighter until some of the other short stacks get out of the way. He came in as a second short stack. It's Max Izet sitting on the 10 big blind stack at the moment.
Yeah, Max is the short stack for sure.
And Ben's Parish instead opens with King Jack suited. The Stokie would have opened the button, but maybe he's going to do something instead with his 3s.
No, I just passed the 3s. So much ICM with Max being the short stack.
Alexandru Popa, a very familiar name and face. One of the Romanian beasts that came over here to Slovakia to try to compete for a ring, and now has a very good shot at winning the biggest ring of them all.
Yep, Sabashenko with the defend here with the Queen Deuce suited. Both have monstrous stacks.
So a monotone 5-9 king flop, nobody with any spades. Both players were hoping for red cards of different suits, but meanwhile Parrish with by far the best hand, and a c-bet should take it down. And he'll be happy to see there's no resistance on this board, I believe.
Yeah, pretty easy spot here for Rusty to fold.
And Nightbot's already misbehaving. I don't know. We have... it did good with the payouts. So I guess it's one good, one bad for Nightbot.
Can't win them all.
No. The amazing Marek taking some final table photos here. And before the action, we had Andy Tillman on the stage as well, you know, talking about the record-breaking event, and Glenn and Valeria doing some brief introductions as well.
Nice. Yeah, we had a chance to catch up with most of the players today as well. That's pretty cool.
You had some in-depth conversations with Seb and his friend Kuba as well, so we're not going to give away too much information because he may have spoken to you a little bit about what his strategy is going in, but...
we spoke about some of the hands from yesterday. There's some pretty interesting ones.
Yeah, there were definitely some interesting ones with that straight flush draw. I heard you talking about that hand in particular.
Yeah, that was a very interesting hand, actually. There's just so many different ways of approaching it. You know, like, if you think your edge is more dominant on the field, then you can definitely flat. And also, I believe that him and Blaz are going to have some kind of mutual respect for each other, and I don't think Blaz is going to go after him directly. So his 3-bets from the small blind probably start from ace-10 off anyway. Versus a cut-off open.
Easy fold for Seb. Laszlo with the king-6.
So someone we haven't seen on stream at all is Tomasz Kubliak.
Yes,
yeah,
we got his name right too.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying with names. But yeah, we haven't seen him on stream at all. Quentin Destocky.
Yeah, we've seen everybody else, actually, haven't we?
Yeah. Popo we haven't seen on stream either. Button open here from Popo with the Queen 9 offsuit. And Sabashenko has a pretty interesting decision here. Could go for a 3-bet, could go for a flat also. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a short stack, so the effective jam is lower. Max pressure here on Popa. This is a very nice jam. Understanding the max pressure is on max in the big blind. So, very nice spot here for Rostislav Sabashenko.
It was more that I didn't realize Izet was next to go in the big blind. That makes a big difference versus one of the big stacks. You're probably not shoving there.
No, definitely not. I mean, Sabashenko has kind of got the god seat in this situation. Popa opening from 20 big blinds means that he can put max pressure on for sure, with Max Izet being the short stack. And things will change. Things will change drastically when the short stack drops out. There'll be less jamming, there'll be more 3-betting, and just less jamming in general.
We have hour-long blind levels as well, so that makes actually a big difference.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's perfect. Going to find lots of very good spots as well. Really looking forward to today. Obviously, it's been a great week here in general. See, Peter Svoboda folding the ace-5 suited because of the short stack. But Bence Paris opening with the 5-6 suited.
And Destocky with the dominating 6s, but it's a tough spot even in the hijack. What do you do here? I'm actually folding already, but...
no, I just call.
You call.
I think you can just call, yeah. You don't need to 3-bet this one. It looks like he is just going to call, yeah.
Okay.
You don't need to 3-bet this one. This hand doesn't require much protection, / you're not going to get too much value from it. If you 3-bet and get 4-bet, well, I mean, Sabashenko is definitely going to be sticking a raise in here. Problem is, though, Parish is the cover-in stack, so ICM is a real thing here. You actually might see Sabashenko flat here sometimes as well. But I imagine if he goes for a 3-bet, he's probably going to use like 1.2 million for sizing, something like this.
Okay, that was my next question. But I see a flat, there has to be a lot of flats as well.
Yeah, he goes 1.4. I think on the button you can actually go smaller, but Parish is just going to have a bunch of raise folds anyway. And Destocky is going to be quite capped to having hands like what he has here as well. And obviously, Parish can't flat here with Destocky behind. Just going to have to be a raise fold with the 5-6 suited. And because of the short stack territory of Max Izet, it's going to be a fold here from Destocky as well. Pretty nice flop, pretty nice spot for Sabashenko to pick up for sure. He's picked up 2 in a row. People are going to think that he's bullying, and he's not really bullying. I mean, the a6 suited spot is just probably pure jam versus button open, 20 BB effective with the short stack. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Rossi was one of your favorites to potentially win this, isn't that right, Bobby?
Yes. I mean, me and Rusty, we played together for like the last year and a half, and you know, we've shared some hands and we've talked some strategy and stuff. We met at the table here actually in Slovakia last year.
Ah, cool.
Cool dude.
Meanwhile, Tomasz with a decision to make on the King 10 suited.
I think this is a pure open. Yeah, I think you can open. Obviously, with the short stack as well, it's, you know, it's possible to fold, but I think his hand is probably just a little bit too strong to fold. King 10 suited. I mean, if you're going to start from King Jack suited, fair enough, but I think King 10 suited is the line there for opening.
We know Popa's going to open here, though. He has 18.5 big blinds.
Yeah, just an open here, 400k. Don't expect anything anything less than that.
Rusty not snap folding his Queen 7 may have something else in mind.
I think he'll be out of there with the Queen 7. It's just not strong enough. Can't 3-bet this one, really. Well, Max Izet is going to be all in here on the button with ace-10 off. 0% chance that he will be folding this one. He knows Popa's going to be opening a fair amount.
It looks like it's going to be a non-jam 3-bet.
Yeah, just in case there's a rejam behind and a call. just because of the ICM implications. Well, lots of aces have been gone and mucked.
I think all the 10s are live, though, so there is some hope for Izet. We do expect Popa to call pretty quickly. So already a player at risk. I mean, Izet did come in with just 10 big blinds, so it's not that much of a surprise, but action right away. And Popa far ahead. If he holds, he's sitting rather pretty at around 5.5 million.
Yeah, decent stack. Like
Yeah.
28 bigs or something if he wins this one. And then obviously if Max wins this one, he's going to be back up there a little bit and have a bit of wiggle room.
Yeah, then it's Popa down to 10 bigs. Ooh, another ace. So the ace did come. There was 110 burned in somebody's hand, so there's 2 outs for Izet.
It does have running hearts as well.
And a 2-3 for the chop.
Yeah. It's definitely got some outs. Oh, I was going to say the Queen of Hearts would be a spicy turn card, wouldn't it? Wow. Spicy turn card indeed. Popa makes 2 pair. Is it now with the flush draw?
Look how many of the hearts were burned, though. I mean, he doesn't know that, but that's a lot of hearts already gone.
Four on the river. And Max Izet has been eliminated in 9th place. How much is he going to take away, Jay?
A cool 17,380 euros. So it's not a bad payday, but of course you want to do a little bit better than 9th coming in, even as the short stack. But there's a little less pressure on the short stack as well. But the final 8 players, we could see 23,000. So already a pay jump, already 3 buy-ins to the event, just like that. And the pay jumps go much harder after this.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you look at the difference between 4th and 3rd, it's just astronomical, 32k difference. And then the 46k difference between 3rd and 2nd. And then...
An 80k difference. Up.
Whopping 80k heads up. 80k heads up, and no deals at WSOP. But yeah, we are down to 8 players. That was a quick elimination. Obviously, he was the shortest stack, so we expect that sometimes. But this is where it's going to get very interesting. The Stocky letting the A7 go for sure from early position. And Popa waking up with Ace-King now. Nice little run of hands here for him.
Yeah, first it was Rosti and now Popa.
He's got just under 30 bigs. And definitely an open. Wow.
We could be seeing fireworks in back-to-back hands. But
This is going to be a jam here or a 3-bet for Sebastian.
Wow.
Sebastian Szahorski is going to be going for a 3-bet or a jam here. I can't imagine a flat with Ace-Queen suited on the button here. Popa's been opening quite a lot as well.
I assume a 3-bet, though, to 1.1 million-ish is kind of the standard.
That would be way too big, to be honest with you. I think in ICM, you don't really want to be using big 3-bets. Probably a flat. Yeah, flat's nice.
Interesting. This may actually save him.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, he can get ahead of Ace-King.
Yeah, for sure. But I think, like, in this spot, he's thinking heavily about the ICM. But he is the shortest stack, I believe, right? He has 3 point... Well, he started with
There's a few that are... He is the shortest at the moment, but not by much.
A couple of 4 and 5 million stacks.
And perhaps this is a flop that isn't going to work for Seb. It's maybe going to be a little bit of a leveling war, but we'll see how it works out. I think it's a check. If Popa checks, do you think Seb is going to bet, or it's an easy check back?
I think Popa's going to c-bet, to be honest.
No, I saw the body language.
I mean, so Seb has a bunch of 8s and 9s that he would peel here.
Oh, look at this turn. Spicy tomato.
Well, we just had the Queen of Hearts on the turn in the last hand, and it's back. Back with a vengeance. And now this is a really awful turn here for Popa.
Easy to get away from, though.
I mean, Seb can actually check this turn quite a lot. His hand's very strong. He might go for a smallish bet, like 450, something like that.
It looks like about that. Maybe a chip more. Yep.
550.
550. Yeah. Very similar. And Popa now.
Yeah, it's a terrible turn, really, for Popa. Like, Jack 10 suited gets there as well. You know, Seb can still have hands like, you know, pocket jacks. He can still have, like, pocket 10s that want to bet turn for protection and value. So, yeah, nice. I mean, the flat pre is definitely okay. with ICM, but I would need to have everyone's stacks like current to be able to have a clear view of what's happening. I know Bence has got like 10 million. Svoboda looks like he's got like 5-ish million. Sorry, not Svoboda. Kubliak has got like 5-ish million. We'll see anyway when
yeah, there's a lot of stacks between this 5 and 7 million range. And then there's 3 big stacks.
Yeah, I also think that Sebastian probably thinks he has some edge on the final table as well. So just flatting with the ace-queen suited on the button. If it was ace-queen off, though, I think that would have gone in.
Like what Bence has here.
This is just an open, yeah.
And we have a Bence fan in the chat here, so...
Wow, look at the action so far.
Yeah.
I mean, Destocky can flat here, honestly. Like, flat and jacks here is going to be fine. He has like 25 bigs, 24 bigs.
If you are 3-betting, though, you don't like the 1.1 million.
No, I go way smaller. Just go like 900. I think he might flat, honestly.
It looks like that's what he's going to do.
I think flat and jacks here is actually very good. And, you know, completely disguising the strength of his hand. Like, he's had this situation where he's flatted with like 6s in the past and stuff, or like 8s and 9s. And, you know, this is just like a very nice flat, I think, with the jacks. Yeah, there are a lot of very similar stacks. I can see this now.
And then the 3 big ones.
Yeah. Yeah, Kubiak has got 5.2. And, yeah, Peter Swoboda with the 5.6 million. Could probably pass the 7-6 off in the big. You don't really want to get involved in this situation against these guys.
Good flop for the jacks, but let's see if Bence first C-bets. If not, what do you bet if you're Destocky? You have to protect your hand. I assume that you're betting something like 600-700?
Yes. Nice sizing, yeah. I think that's a good sizing. You don't have a heart in your hand, so the opponent can still have like ace-queen with like ace of hearts or something like that, or they can have like ace-jack with jack of hearts. So you probably want to size up a little bit, like 650 or something. Looks like he's going 600. Something like that.
Maybe 7, because there's 2 of those now.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because he took a chip off. It is 7, yeah. It's a nice sizing. That's a really nice sizing.
6-7, 6-7.
6-7. I think Parish has a pretty easy fold here.
Yeah, if the ace was a heart, you can maybe see the turn, but otherwise, I think this is basically...
I mean, there aren't many good turn cards for you here as Parish. The only thing he could really do is jam, which puts a lot of pressure on Destocky, but I don't think we see Destocky folding the jacks here.
And it seems a bit ICM suicide to jam, actually.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you're ranging your opponent. But I think like once he bets into 2 on this board, which is like 10-4 deuce, which is it's okay. Like for the flatter to the open, he's gonna have like jacks and 9s and stuff like that here. Even queens, honestly, like queens, you're gonna flat there sometimes as well. So, you know, his hand does require a little bit of protection. Doesn't have a heart in his hand as well. So, yeah, nice sizing. I like the sizing. I would go very similar sizing. You can't go like 400 or 500k on that board.
No.
It's just it's not the sizing you want to use.
The players seem rather relaxed. I mean, we know we have a mix of experienced players. There's 1 or 2 that we don't recognize from previous final tables, but it's even more relaxed than what we saw at the mini-main, you know, when that started, actually.
I think it's kind of like a different tier of player, to be honest with you. Like, you know, these guys, like obviously Rostislav and Sebastian, they're both playing these tournaments quite regularly. You know, I don't know too much about some of the other players, but Destocky played extremely well yesterday. I feel like he could be a dark horse in this for sure.
My dark horse is on the rail, unfortunately, and he wasn't so much of a dark horse, but a mixed game player. He's very good at Hold'em, and Blas unfortunately didn't make the final table.
He was pretty unlucky, though.
And it would have been nice to have the Slovenians in the chat with us as well as an added bonus. But It's 6-7 suited by Rosti opening up and defended by Bence here with the ace-queen. Two big stacks with 20 million chips combined. Not a good flop for either player, but it hits Rosti's range anyway. Expect a c-bet. And let's see if Bence gets sticky with his ace-queen. It is a small bet.
Yeah, expecting to see a call here for sure with the queen of spades. Savchenko is going to have a pretty wide range actually opening.
And the eight of clubs isn't really even that good. It's not a good card for Rosti at all, actually.
Yeah, it doesn't really change much.
We have, I believe, one Slovakian and Tomáš Kubliak on the final table. We were asked that in the chat while this hand is happening. And one player from Czech Republic and Peter Svoboda. Otherwise, two from Hungary, one from Ukraine, one from Belgium, one from Romania, and one from Poland.
Interesting spot here for Rosti. I think if you're going to bet, you're going to have to bet big, but I feel like body language says he might check. But if you bet, I think you probably need to bet like 1 mil or something here. I mean, but Bence has a pretty good hand for calling, to be honest with you.
He's going to try to rep that he completed the flush, though, anyway. But yeah, you have a bluff catcher kind of hand.
Queen of spades blocker here. Like the board is paired. Rosti's hands that he goes for value here is more like king queen, and we also have a queen in our hand. King queen would potentially bet turn, maybe checking on the 8 specifically, but I think Bence might be able to find a call here.
If he calls, we see he would be correct and wrong. It's not even really costing him that much. It's 3 big blinds off of a 48 big blind stack as well. It would be harder for the short stacks probably to find the hero call here.
Yeah, I feel like he wins here quite a lot. Obviously get a very good price as well. Yeah, so as I say, like Rosti's follow throughs on the turn. Obviously going to be some 8x. Yeah, he does flick in the call. Nice call.
So it's now Bence with the chip lead.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good call. I kind of expected to see it. I think Bence's hand's very under-repped. Didn't 3-bet pre from the big blind. And board pairing with the king as well and the non-aggression on the turn seems pretty good.
And we're learning a little bit about Tomáš. He is a former Supernova Elite. Rest in peace, Supernova Elite program.
Yep.
Missed that as well. We know
Don't we all?
We know that Seb is big online as well. Popa, I've seen online. You've probably seen some of the other guys online. It's Voda as well. I imagine that, I mean, we're looking at a field of very talented players. Therefore, we should expect that most of them, have played millions of hands online as well at all sorts of stakes, whether it was starting up and going to the high stakes or whatnot.
I mean, Rosti doesn't have like a big Hender mob. Like he only has like 16k in earnings, but I think he has something like 4 million in cashes online. And also, I don't think Hender mob is very accurate with his user for sure, because I'm pretty sure he had some big cashes in Vegas actually when I was with him, and I haven't checked the app actually.
But meanwhile, here's Rosti with the ladies. We know he's going to open. And Rosti at the moment actually has a wide image. Oh, I'm being trolled already, Bobby. This is fun.
Simon straight away in there, right? Oh.
Have I been mentioning it that much, Bobby? Just once in a while?
It doesn't bother me, man. Not in the slightest.
Right now we're playing Hold'em. I play plenty of that as well. You can at least wait till I mention it before trolling me, but it's okay.
I mean, this is how inaccurate the Hender mob is with Rosti. He has 1.2 million in earnings at WSOP. And it says 15K on Hender mob.
What winds up happening sometimes, like especially with players from places like Ukraine, there may be like the English translation of the name can wind up with 3-4 different spellings.
Yeah.
So even if you ask Hender mob to block it, then, you know, it may come back in. I imagine that he has something similar to that.
Yeah, I think Hender mob spell his name wrong as well. They have the the Y instead of the I.
Yeah, because they're getting it different from different casinos as well.
Here we go. Yeah, 1.2 million.
Yeah, so he has a second profile. That was the answer.
Probably has 3 or 4. Thomas Kubiak has 586K in live earnings as well. Looks like he hasn't played for a while, though. Or he just hasn't cashed for a while, but he did play the 25K in 2025.
Maybe there's a third profile for him that you can't find. I mean, literally with some of the Spanish players, they have like 4 different profiles.
They got about 12 different names, that's why. So we see the open from Janoski here. And interesting spot in the small blind here for Quentin. I think flatting is going to be okay. I think 3-betting is going to be okay.
It's a relatively early position open.
Yeah.
I would lean towards more flat myself. But
I think Ace-Jack wants to flat more. Ace-10 wants to 3-bet more for sure. Or fold. Poker is out of there with the 8-deuce off in the big.
Seems fair. Sixes are ahead on the 10-3-9 flop with 2 hearts. Very often it's going to go check, bet, fold. There's no hearts in Destoki's hand. He does have the 2 overs. So maybe Bobby would see a call here where I see a fold.
I mean, you prefer to have a heart in your hand, but I think Janoski checks here quite a lot anyway.
Okay.
And now we can actually come for some leads here as Destoki. We have the jack, which interacts pretty well with the board. Also, you have a nice check call option as well. I would probably just lead for like 500 or something here. It denies all the equity. Hands like pocket 7s, pocket 8s have to fold. Yeah, probably just lead for like 500 or something.
200, so
okay.
It's like a blocking size here.
I mean, the problem is 200 actually does induce some raises from hands like 6s and 7s, because it's just like, what is the guy supposed to have that he bets 200 on the turn? Obviously, Destoki can still have like King Jack, he can have like Jack 8, obviously, these kind of hands. But now, like, River's just so weird. Like, River's so weird. Janoski's hand's actually quite good here. And I'm not sure what you're supposed to do now on the river once you bet this sizing. Because you don't actually get any information by that bet on the turn.
Exactly.
You have to go like 700-800 now. It's just I'm not really enjoying how this hand has been played.
It may actually get 6s to fold though, but it wouldn't get like a 10 to fold.
A 10's not folding, a 9's probably not folding, but 6s become like pretty indifferent actually here, because the flush draw bricks as well. Like Destoki could just have like the ace of hearts. He could just have like ace 5 off with like the ace of hearts or something. Sorry, ace 5 suited, because he calls from the small blind, so ace 5 suited never has like ace 5 off.
It just seems like a thin value bet to me if I was at the table is the problem. But yeah, you're going to be right more than 1 out of every 4 times by calling if you're going on a chippy V.
He does let it go. Very interesting line. I'd like to speak to him about that one and try and get his reasoning for the small bet on the turn. I get like the small bet on the turn can just get like, you know, some mid pairs to just snap fold, you know, and some ace X to fold as well. But
some of that ace X you won't mind calling though, but
yeah, exactly. But you also, I guess he just goes for a block bet size on the turn just to not have to call a turn bet potentially. I mean, it's a bit of a weird spot, that one.
Quentin, I met him for the first time before the final table, but he was very friendly, so I'm pretty sure you could talk to him.
Yeah, we spoke a little bit as well. I spoke to everyone before we started. I got here an hour and a half early.
Yeah, we were both being social butterflies, and once in a while I'd come over to talk to you as well, but I also wanted to make sure that at least I heard the players each say their names.
Yeah, I mean, it's very important to get the players' names and pronunciations correctly. I feel like I'm becoming a bit of an expert now in the Polish names for sure.
No, with Seb is the only one after trying to get it down for about 5 straight minutes, we agreed that Seb is going to be the way to go, where Sebastian is fine too. The rest are now easy.
I mean, I had the whole stream yesterday where I was given phonetic ways of pronouncing his name, and I got it wrong the whole time. And I really worked on it, and now I feel like I'm there.
Alexandru was the only one that I didn't speak to, just because he came in right before the final table
Same
started.
as Rusty. Rusty got here 1 minute before it started.
I got a quickie with him though.
A quickie with Rusty?
Well, I wanted to make sure I can call him Rusty and not Rostislav, even though you know him on a personal basis. It's not somebody that I knew before, even though I've seen him around. And Sabashenko is correct.
Yeah, Sabashenko is correct. He does fold natural 9 in the big blind. Reasonable.
But yeah, it's really fun going from, let's say, the Scandinavian names. You know, I live in Lithuania, as you know, and came just off the WSOP circuit Tallinn, to a whole different, pronunciation of names. It can be a little bit tricky. I'm trying to follow what's going on in the chat, but I realize that they're probably not talking to us, at least.
No, so they're talking about something random. I don't know what they're talking about. Parish here with the 7-5 suited might contemplate an open, as he is the big stack. And it is an open indeed. Wow, Destocky snap folding the Queen 8 suited from the cutoff there. Not really much you can do with that hand. Guys, it's exclamation mark payouts for the payouts. There you go, Mihai.
7-5 might get a walk, or we're going to learn something whether Seb is defending his bad suited cards or not. A lot of players defend here, a lot of players fold.
This one, 9-3 suited is probably one of the worst. Like 9-3 suited, 8-3 suited, 7-2 suited are the worst, because you can't really make that many straights. And you pretty much have to get to the turn to make a straight. You can't flop a straight. So you'd rather just have, like, even 7-3 suited would be a much better defend for sure. 9-3 is just a trashy one.
And right now, this is the only game in town. So if you want to come and rail in live time, head over to Card Casino. It's on the big screens as well. We prefer when you're listening to us, but if you want to get the live feel, you could see there's a lot of empty tables around. It is basically the only show going on right now. Of course, you could dabble in some cash games while you're railing. And we may have our first walk. We have a walk, and Laszlo with the 10-5, if he looked at it, he should be like nobody had anything.
Yeah, Sebastian looks very composed today. Very ready and composed. And I really like how he played the ace queen suited, actually. Flatting because of the ICM.
And Ben's folding his ace-7 offsuit this time from early position. Destocky not liking his 8-7 suited. Popa with the mystery hand. He folded, so we'll never know. And Rusty folding his queen 9. Meanwhile, Seb is going to open the button with his ace-7 suited. And it's a min-raise. Laszlo letting go of his 10-6 suited. And Tomasz likely to do the same. So easy game here for Seb.
Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Just finding the open spots when he can. Picking up some chips.
So some movement from the top end. Laszlo, who came in with the chip lead, is now down a little bit, but still near the top of the chip counts.
Yeah, just like 5 big blinds. It's pretty standard. Not really much you can do. You have to pay the big blind. You must pay the piper. I think Sabashenko potentially coming in for an open here with the 10-8 suited as the medium-large stack. Would be surprised if he didn't. To be honest. I'd probably start with 8-9 suited anyway. Ooh. Sebastian Szahorski waking up with pocket sixes in the cutoff.
And I think you're going to say flat, but I'm not even sure in myself. Like in these spots, I lean more towards folds and flats, but the table hasn't been aggressive as the issue, so a flat
sixes
can't
is
happen.
a tough one because like Sabashenko is supposed to open like sevens and stuff like that. So like you're going to be dominated pairwise quite a lot, and also like you're playing against a guy who's pretty aggressive, and there's not going to be that many good boards for you. You also have Janoski behind, who likes to have a little squeeze from time to time.
Which we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen, other than the ace-6 by Seb, which was a standard spot, we haven't seen really any 3-betting.
Yeah, not yet. Peter Svoboda with the jack-deuce off. Lets it go.
Happy days for Rusty.
I mean, Rusty's just chipping up nicely. Doing what he needs to do. Yeah, it's been a pretty fun series here. Yeah, kind of sad when it comes to an end, you know. It's the same with every series, though.
It's been fun in so many different ways. It's been fun. It was fun playing as well, I have to say, but it was more fun actually being in the booth with you, Bobby. And I've actually learned a little bit over, you know, the many hours we've spent together.
Yeah, I've enjoyed my time here.
And our friendship has rekindled as well, which is always nice as well.
Yeah, I look forward to doing future events with you for sure. If the cards align, you know.
Maybe a mixed game one where we can reverse roles.
That would be interesting. Hey, I've got an 8-game trophy, you know.
Oh, okay. So
I won an EPT.
Really? I didn't know that. A 1K.
A 1K, yeah.
Wow. Respect. There's SIG players in that one, actually. Yeah. So never mind. You got me on that one, too.
I had, what's the guy's name? Dmitry Ivanovich on my final table. Yep, 3-bet coming here from Sebastian. And it's kind of interesting, like, you know, the ace-queen suited will probably want to flat more. The ace-queen off wants to go for a 3-bet fold. Ace-queen suited requires less protection, right? It flops better. And would be a 3-bet fold here from Sebastian. Oh, Peter Svoboda wakes up with ace-jack suited. Lets it go. Look at the discipline from Peter Svoboda today. And we see a completely different player. Completely different player to previous days. And Destocky, I'm very sure, will just let this go. He's opened under the gun. He's been very tight. And he hasn't really had too much that he could do. But he doesn't seem to put a foot wrong. And Sebastian Szahorski isn't really going to be going after the UTG player so much, especially when it is Quinton Destocky, who hasn't really been opening much at all.
He's still thinking about it, though. I mean, I would have come to the same conclusion as you pretty quickly there.
He's thinking.
Under the gun, and there's not been any real 3-bet. Seb is the only player that did 3-bet, but it would be a weird spot to be squeezing.
I think call is the worst option, and I think best option is to 4-bet small. If you don't fold, right?
I would be folding, but you're saying a 4-bet. But let's see doing here. Is this a call? Or?
No, it's a 4-bet small.
Okay, so he's going with the BJP approved move?
Yeah. Like, Sebastian just has a 3-bet fold here, unfortunately. I mean, it would be gangster to see him jam, for sure.
I mean, he has to be ranging Destocky with hands that don't even include king-queen.
Yeah, so pretty much, like, the problem is Sebastian does block aces, does block queens, blocks the ace-queen, blocks some ace-king and some king-queen as well. So, realistically, like, the 4-bets here probably start from ace-queen. Like, king-queen also can put in some 4-bet bluffs. Also, we haven't seen Destocky do anything like this at all, so I'm pretty sure that we'll see Seb go for the 3-bet fold. I mean, UTG versus hijack, ranges are going to be very capped. Oh, he's going to call.
Interesting.
Okay.
He's in position.
This is kind of like a gross spot, though, for Sebastian, because, like, what flop do you even want at this point? Like, Destocky can just have, like, pocket kings, pocket jacks sometimes.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
This could spell trouble.
Whoa.
The 4-bet was small, so he was pretty much priced in to call that 600,000.
I mean, yeah, but the stack to pot ratio now is extremely small, and, like, Destocky is just repping an extremely strong range. He does jam. This is a gross spot, honestly. I know he has top, but I did say to you, Jay, what kind of flop do you want?
Yeah.
Like, what kind of flop do you want when you pill the small 4-bet with the ace-queen and you flop probably one of the best possible flops that you can get?
It does smell a bit like kings. Ace-king maybe would shove here too, but it's a tough spot.
Ace-king would go smaller on the flop for sure. But the thing is, like, once you call pre, you've kind of put yourself in this situation, right? And you get the best possible flop. You don't expect Destocky to be bluffing here. You expect him to have aces, pocket kings.
Oh my, it looks like he wants to get rid of it.
He's like, wait, I've got ace-queen, and, like, the guy's probably got kings or aces.
It looked like he was about to throw it away, though.
Yeah,
I mean, having second thoughts.
It's an absolute gross spot. And, yeah. I mean, Destocky just... You wouldn't imagine him taking this line.
A king-queen suited.
King-queen suited would just call pre.
Yeah.
King-queen off is the only hand that will 4-bet realistically that is a bluff. Ace-jack off might take this line as a bluff, which is
and pocket
fine
tens
as well.
Is never jamming. No sets are jamming.
Pocket tens just call pre.
Yeah. Pocket queens, you're
call
blocking.
Pre. And call pre. Yep, gonna see a fold.
Oh wow, Quentin Destocky getting away with one.
This is my problem with calling the 4-bet. I know it's a super small 4-bet. He's getting a zillion to 1, but he finds one of the best possible flops that he can see, and he has to fold because it's for his tournament life as well. So that's actually one of the most absurd spots that you'll see today, because it's just not a common spot at all. When you see the small 4-bet from Quentin Destocky, who's opened under the gun, there's a 3-bet, and he's gone for the small 4-bet. You get the best possible flop, Queen 10-7 rainbow. Destocky puts it in. You have ace-queen, and you can't call. This is why sometimes you have to fold pre.
Meanwhile, that was impressive by Destocky. He found the spot. I don't know if he was jamming without hitting that board, but I think he was just saying, I have kings, I have aces, no matter what there. Yeah, that was certainly a highlight. If we can get that hand clipped, it would be nice to see. We know that his good friend Kuba is on the rail. Probably going to give that information over to him in 25 minutes. You know, in stream time, probably just did. But it's not anything he could really do about it. He could have called, obviously, but, you know, we were running through why he didn't, you know.
I mean, if you call, you're likely going to bust the tournament or be crippled.
And Destocky with king 8 in the big blind, facing an open, a flat from Parrish, decides to get out of the way. He would have had 2 live cards, but you can't blame him from folding. And 2 baby pairs. 6s aren't looking too bad on this 10-5-4 flop. I'd be surprised if Rusty didn't continue. Yeah, but call me surprised. What would be the reason not to bet the 6s on the flop there, Bobby?
You don't want to bet fold. Your hand is too strong. You don't want to get bluffed by some random diamond combos. And now turn is okay. We can bet turn here. Bet like 500k on the turn. Check-in's kind of all right as well. You allow the opponent to bluff some rivers.
But you're also allowing your opponent to prove for free as well.
Sure. I mean, I would just go half mil here. It's going a bit bigger. He's going for like 750. 850. Yeah, I mean.
And Parrish may feel he's ahead here, actually, after the flop was checked, the 5 pairing the turn. No, it's a quick fold for him.
Yeah, I mean, after he pills from the small blind, it's like, yeah, pills from the small blind, goes check, check, and then Rosti bets turn. He's just betting with the best hand. It's actually more value and protection. But, like, also, you can, honestly, you can just check this turn as well and just call any river, pretty much.
Ace, ace, and king, king don't directly jam 150% of the pot here, so ace, queen is ahead most of the time. What do you think about that comment, Bob?
Yeah, I just replied in chat. Yeah, I said yes and no. Kings will still jam sometimes. Seb's very capped. Like, Seb can still have queens, but obviously Dostoki's blocking queens and kings. I think it's pretty gangster play by Dostoki, to be honest.
And blinds have now gone up to 125, 250. It's not that we played for an hour, but the play ended when we reached the final table last night. So there's about 2/3 of a blind level left. So this floated back to doing what we saw yesterday, raising a weak ace from the cutoff.
I mean, he hasn't really had many spots to open, right? And he's had to fold quite a few spots. And Popa with the defend in the big blind with the 9-10 off. 9-10's not really going to be interacting too much with Svoboda's opening range, so it's probably good cards to have. I mean, Popa is probably just going to check. We see a bet from Svoboda, and this hand will be done. You want to be betting here with the gut shot, probably like 550 or something. Yeah, it's fine. Doesn't matter, 550, 450, tomato.
And Popa should just get out of the way.
I mean, yeah, he has 10 high. No bueno.
The final table, I mean, there's a comment about the final table, but this is one of the best setups that I've actually ever seen walking into a card room. So you walk into the poker area, and the first thing you see is this nice final table with the big screen behind it. That's I can't think of anywhere else where you just walk in and it's, you know,
yeah, it has like a little raised area as well. If you check over on Instagram, you'll see some of the videos that Jason and I made earlier with Glenn Brown, and I'm actually standing on the floor and they are standing on the rail.
And you're still taller.
And I'm still taller than both of them. Janoski.
And I'm not even that short, Bobby. I'm almost 6 feet tall.
I know. I've just got a few. I've got a few more inches on you. Janoski waking up with the pocket kings here. Obviously, we're going to see an open for sure. Kubiak out of there. Svoboda letting it go. See, I told you we're seeing a different guy today. Parrish letting it go with the 7 tray. It's going to be down to Rosti, it looks like, in the big blind. Let's see if he has anything defendable here. Not quite. Queen 6 off in the bin. Not much we can do there. Pretty terrible hand.
The buy-in for this event was 1,500 euros. It got 1,160 entries. More than 1.4 million in the prize pool on a 1 million guarantee, and it was a record-breaking circuit main event here in Bratislava as well. So lots of good things have happened. There's another circuit in February 5th to 15th over here at Card Casino. Plenty of others in between, but you know, it's been fantastic over here. If you're looking to come to Card Casino, there's many other events, including the Battle of Malta from September 7th to 14th, the first time it is leaving Malta. Bobby and I expect to be here for that, so you can come say hi to us. And during the breaks, you'll learn about some of the other events happening throughout the year. So Tomasz with the snowman.
This is his first Open, I believe. Not seen anything from him. We are going to see a defend here, I believe, from Sebastian, who's a little bit shorter now after that last hand.
Still not in danger zone.
Yeah, definitely defending the King 4 suited for sure.
Interesting flop. The 8's got to be happy, so Tomasz looking good, but it's all red.
Yeah, start with a check here. Maybe we can check call. Maybe we can check raise. Definitely different options for sure. Goes check, check. That changes things.
Interesting.
Ooh, 9 of hearts on the turn. Still that gut shot for Kubiak, who is in the lead still. Sebastian could lead this turn, honestly.
It was a sneaky check there by Tomasz, actually.
I like the check, actually, with the black 8s on this board. It just, again, this is one of these spots, Jay, where you bet and get raised, and you're in no man's land. No caps in the chat, please, or else you'll get kicked by Nightbot.
I'm not sure why Nightbot doesn't like caps.
I don't know. It's just the way forward. Okay, so I would just pure call here as Sebastian. Obviously, there's still a bunch of ICM. Kubiak, we know, has not been aggressive at all. I believe this was his first Open. It's +1. We just want to try and catch 2 power or flush on the river or trips and then win some chips. That's basically the aim. We don't really need to do anything else. I mean, like, potentially Seb could jam because this board is so good for the big blind, but I think call's really nice.
If there was no ICM, I'd actually think he might be jamming there. Oh, wow. Rewarded with the 2 pair.
Ball. Corner pocket, king of spades on the river.
But he's not going to get any value. Kubiak has no reason to bet at this stage. Does get value from calling the turn, but no additional value on the river. But nice result there for Seb.
Yeah, I mean, no bet in there on the river for Seb for sure. You just want to check call. Even if your opponent jams, you still call. Got a message in chat. It says, hi, I'm new to poker tournaments. I know the rules and how to play. I just want to ask for some tips. What example to do at the table or something like that. I mean, just, you know, just be human. Just be polite, respectful to people, respect the dealers and the staff, other players. And, yeah.
I'm glad you started with that because that's something that's rather important.
I think it's more important than anything else, to be honest with you.
And the big blind ante is going to be something that you need to get used to if you're playing online.
Yeah, for sure.
Makes the game slightly different, but not too much different.
But way faster. Like, I couldn't imagine live tournaments without big blind ante now.
And I would say a turbo or hyper turbo plays closer to a longer online event than, let's say, one that has 1 hour blinds. You also have to get used to the fact that you're going to be having more time, actually.
Yeah, like a 15-minute or 20-minute clock online is like a 1 hour clock live, basically. Yeah, very good discipline here from Dostoki. He's played really solid.
Ooh.
Oof. Probably going to see a jam here, to be fair, from Popa with the 8s. I think probably best with his stack. Gets a little bit awkward. It's about 16 bigs or something. Yeah. I believe we are going to the all-you-can-eat territory.
With a little bit of tasty treats behind.
Yeah. Just leave the bus fare home behind.
A little bit more than a bus fare behind, but that's okay too.
Yeah, this is obviously just, you know, in case anyone rejams and there's a call and pretty standard stuff. Parish loves the hand, but can't continue in the hand. Does let it go. And I think this is a nice play from Popo, yeah. Yeah, good points moves. In live events, you have to maximize your hands and have solid discipline. Yeah, discipline's very important. Patience, very important. Yeah, just...
If there's no shot clock, it's much different than online. You should just make sure you're making the decision you want to make. You know, you have time to make decisions. And even with the shot clock, you still have 30 seconds every hand to do that as well, which is plenty along with time bank cards. But take your time. Online, you're being forced to act quickly. That's another difference.
Yeah. Also, like, be respectful of other players and don't call the clock on them unnecessarily. If there is a person who is specifically tanking for an excessive amount of time pre-flop and post-flop or whatever, like, you know, then obviously it's okay to start calling the clock more. I mean, like if you have someone like Martin Cabral or something.
Yeah, I was just going to say with Cabral comes
3 to 4 working days to make a decision. So Rusty going to come in for an open here from the cutoff with the ace-4 suited. Did he juice it up a little bit, or did he go for a min? Yeah, 550. I like a little bit more. Even you can honestly go like 600k if you're trying to prevent the big blind from peeling so much. And Kubiak is probably not going to be folding this one. Queen 10 off. A little bit too strong. Queen 9 off, Queen 8 off is definitely a lot closer, but Queen 10, I believe, is kind of slam dunk call.
Queen out of the window, but 2 hearts as well, so we may see some action here.
So Rusty has quite an interesting decision. Can just go for like a small C bet of like 400 or something, but can also check as well. So reasons for check-in would be you don't get blown off your equity. And also when you make your flush, your hand slightly disguised. I think ace-4 suited is close, really, really close. If you get raised now, it can get a bit awkward. Kubiak's only got like 13 BB behind, so it's pretty close. Do see a call. Well, 4 of clubs on the turn. Obviously a big old brick. And Kubiak has a pretty easy check, I believe. And obviously Rusty improving with the pair is going to make him stick around. I mean, if Thomas goes for a lead on this turn, Rusty's still not folding anyway. Your hand does require a little bit more protection now, but I believe Rusty will check this one back with the pair plus flush draw.
Yeah, when you're, even though the flop bet was small, you must put your opponent on something there, and you have the flush draw.
Yeah, I mean, so Kubiak basically in this spot can either check and let Rusty bet, bluff, etc. But obviously we know with Rostislav's hand, he's not going to be betting this river. And Thomas just now needs to work out if he can extract some value from, say, pocket 9s, pocket 5s, you know, ace-4 suited, hands like this. But I think Rusty should find a fold here, to be honest with you. I really like this bet from Tomasz.
1.25 million, so half a stack.
Yeah, I mean, it's very unlikely that you are winning this hand. So when it goes bet check, and then the big blind now leads, they're going to be trying to get value from their Queen X in majority. Their Queen 10s. So if you think about the Queen X that they actually defend pre, it's going to be some suited combos of queens which can be removed because there are obviously 2 flush draws on the board. And your Queen Jack off and your King Queen off and stuff like that are all going to go for value. So Queen 10 off fits in the same category as well.
I just don't see what he could possibly be bluffing with after calling the flop bet. You know, if I'm Rusty, it's a pretty easy fold, but maybe you see some reasons
like 5, 6 of hearts and stuff like that could be bluffing here.
Maybe, yeah.
You know, like it's a pretty big turn card for that hand as well. Obviously, big flop, big turn.
But even the 5-6 hearts gets there with the straight. You know, there's too many other combinations.
Yeah, this is what I mean. I think there's too many value combinations. Oh, he does call. I would have let this one go for sure. There's too many value combos actually. And this is what I mean. Even like the semi bluffs, you know, from Kubliak. If Kubliak started betting turn, it would be different. But yeah, I think this is a bit of a loose call from Rosty on the river. He blocks the flush draws. Yes, Michel, I know 5-6 is a straight.
It was just an example of potential heart combinations that might have called.
But it's what I'm saying. Even the heart, even a lot of the heart combinations actually get there, right? And
you have 2 hearts, and you're the one on the draw, which makes it even less likely that he has that. Maybe a weaker 4, but that's not betting so big. That's the only.
A lot of the 4x folds pre-flop as well.
Yeah. 4 or 5 suited, I guess.
Probably about it, yeah.
And my second favorite, B. Paris, folding the A5. Maybe when I get to know Bence a little better, he can be number 1.
He seemed really cool, actually.
Yeah, he was a nice guy.
Now Rosty thinking about that hand, going, actually, the guy doesn't really have that many bluffs and actually has like quite a few combinations of Queen X. Even some 8X. He could even have like 8-9 of diamonds or whatever that just, you know, goes for value on the river. You would play a check call line with an 8 there for sure.
He just seems like a very disciplined player from what we've seen so far from Tomasz, and it would also be kind of not ICM suicide, but still, you know, kind of a little bit out of line to be even taking that big of a bluff.
Yeah,
there.
I also think that he has to be very disciplined now he's unemployed. Yes, Sabashenko is wearing a Dota shirt. That is correct. That is a Dota shirt.
We're trying to keep it fun play, and we're at least looking at what you guys are saying. But of course, it's a big spot with a lot of big players, and it's good to have the analysis as well for the people that are tuning in for that. But we're trying to make it entertaining for everybody. Meanwhile, Popa will definitely be opening his beautiful suited big slick. A min raise from early position. Rosty folding his weak ace. That's one out of the way. And here's another ace by Seb, and it's an ace queen. This could get Seb in a little bit of trouble. Popa hasn't been that active. But still, you have ace queen. Could be a 3-bet, could be a flat. A fold would be the only move that would shock me. A 3-bet shove would be too wide as well.
Same spot as well for Seb. I mean, he might just have a little bit of PTSD from before.
It said 3-bet to 110,000, must be 1.1 million, and stats are already corrected. Oh my, 9s for Kubliak. If it was a flat, we would have maybe seen a squeeze from the button, but now the whole dynamic of the hand has changed.
Yeah. I think 9s is going to be a pretty easy pass, even from button. EP versus hijack versus button. Probably need to start with like even queens here.
He's like, I have a hand that I have on the button, and I can't play it.
Yeah.
Okay, he does fold. And Spuda, who's been a different version of himself today, makes a very quick fold with the king 10. And now let's see what Popa does. Is he going to 4-bet shove? Is he going to call? Is he going to 4-bet a non-shove amount? I don't think that that would make sense to me, at least, Bobby. I think it's either a 4-bet shove or a call or something close to a shove. You're out of position as well. You don't mind taking down the pot now.
It's probably just a jam, to be honest.
And does indeed jam.
Yeah, I mean, Seb's run into it quite a lot.
It's twice with ace queen. He's going to bleed chips. I don't think he's calling here.
He's gonna have some PTSD for sure. Yeah, everyone's saying they have deja vu. Yeah, I mean, calling ace queen suited is way better, and 3-betting the ace queen off. That's definitely good. I don't know what you're talking about, Stefan. You want to 3-bet fold the offsuit combos, and you want to flat more of the suited combos.
I don't think he's criticizing you, actually.
No. He said that Sahulski call in ace queen suited and 3-bet an ace queen off. 2 mistakes.
Well, in a results-oriented format, they were at least.
It's definitely not wrong.
No. For those of you that don't know who we are, my name is Jason Glatzer. Been in poker media for a while, been in poker much longer, and joined by the none other than professional commentator, professional poker player, and poker coach, Bobby James. If you have any questions for us in between hands, we're more than happy to share just about anything that we know.
Michel Sudo says, Stefan, go learn, study, and then come and talk. Yeah, I'm all right with that. I mean, like, look, to be honest with you, you know, when I commentate, I like to give people a real wide open analysis of what's happening, and I take all sides of the coin, right? So, like, you know, someone has 20 bigs, someone has 40 bigs, there's ICM, there's not ICM. I'm going to break it down for you completely. So I appreciate people's opinions in chat, but I'm actually giving you the, you know, I would say the correct theoretical approach.
A pretty loose, well, not that loose. It was an open by Laszlo, a call by Peter with the ace-jack on the button, and Ben's thinking about what to do with this queen.
This is a nice 3-bet spot. I wouldn't really want to flat the king-queen off in the small. I would definitely go for a 3-bet fold. Sizing-wise, I want to go something quite chunky, but not chunky enough that when Svoboda jams, I have to call. So I would probably just go like 1.6 million, something like that.
Interesting. That was a number I thought you were going to say,
yeah,
actually.
It seems like a tasty number.
Is there any reason that he won't just call here, though?
No, you don't want to call with king-queen. Yeah, so basically when you call with king-queen, yeah, sure, you dominate, like, you know, king-jack suited and stuff like that, but you're also behind to ace-queen and to ace-king, right? Which, you know, Janoski can have both of these. So when you make top pair, you are often in trouble.
So 3-bet greater than fold, greater than call.
1-8.
1-8, okay.
Yeah. Great sizing.
Yeah, gets the ace-3 to fold, and we know Laszlo shouldn't stick around. We never know what Peter's going to do based on what we saw yesterday. Today, he's been very tight in comparison. Gets Laszlo to eventually fold, and Peter with the quick fold, disciplined with the ace-jack.
Really, really nice play from Parrish there. I would definitely take the 3-bet spot myself with the king-queen. I think Laszlo's going to be opening somewhat wider, and when we see the flats here as well from Svoboda, they're going to be semi-good holdings, but will fold to 3-bet as well. And also, when there is a 3-bet from the small blind versus 2 players, it's going to look pretty strong because that player will have to continue the hand out of position. And also, Svoboda doesn't have a million bigs, right? He has 20 bigs, so it gets pretty close.
Being asked how to play different stacks, and yeah, I mean, if it's like, let's say, early stages, it's going to be much different than what we're looking at now. Yeah. So it's more that now we're looking at more from an ICM perspective than we are even, you know, stack depths are important for ICM, but it changes the approach entirely. So the stage of the tournament dictates how you should play off different sized stacks as well.
Let's see, I'll open here from Rostislav with the ace-4 suited, pretty standard. And like again, this is the situation with like the ace queen suited combos where you just really want to be flatting quite a lot. Like Rosty's still going to have ace king, he's still going to have aces, kings, queens. Sure, we block a few of them, but 3-betting ace queen suited and having to fold is really rough. He goes. Does he go 1.2?
I think.
Oh, could be out with nines. Could be out with nines again.
He's so disgusted he's off the table. You know, that's a good example. You know, with nines, let's say yesterday, maybe not yesterday, but on day 2 would play much differently than what we just saw here. Here, it's a snap fold, as we saw. Maybe not snap, but I agree with the folds both times. My problem here, Bobby, if I was on this final table, would be adjusting to the fact that, you know, the amount of money involved and just being able to focus on the chips and the theoretics and the players. You know, it's you don't see that in these players. We did see it a little bit in the mini main where you could see that the big money was making things a little bit nervous for a few of the players.
Yeah. I mean, that happens, obviously.
So we do have a 4-bet by Rosty here with the ace-4, exactly the spot that you said Laszlo doesn't want to be in.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's why I would flat the ace-queen. I love this 4-bet from Rosty. It's a really great one.
It looks so strong. And it's a pretty chunky one, too. So it's he's reaching for chips, though.
Wow, it does go for the call.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming until I saw him reaching for chips. Maybe he understands the range that Rosty has and that he is far ahead, but it's hard to really know that. Oof.
This is going to be interesting. I mean, Rosty does still have the range advantage on this board as the 4-better.
Looks like a small c-bet. Yeah, it's a minuscule c-bet, 2 big blinds. And it's a pretty dry flop for both players hitting that ace. Very few 8s and 3s for either player. So if I don't know if I like this tiny small bet. You don't really know where you stand at all.
I like the small bet. I will tell you why. We have a backdoor flush draw. We can barrel pretty much every single turn card. I mean, the 7 of spades obviously works out to be one of the worst turn cards with the stack to pot ratio being so low. But now, Rosty probably just has to slow down.
Yeah, because what hands are 4-betting other
and
than
calling,
aces
right?
and then firing on 2 streets?
Janoski doesn't have kings at this point, right? He can still have kings, but like probably small frequency because I think kings probably just jam pre.
And what does Laszlo do here? I won't be surprised if he checks it back.
Checks really good.
Oh my God.
The 4 of hearts on the river.
Wow.
Are you serious? The 4 of hearts on the river. I mean, like, Rosty just has pure jam now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosty has pure jam. He's got 4.2 million behind, 6.6 in the middle. He finds the offsuit 4 of hearts on the river. That is disgusting. And Janoski had the hand all but locked up. And to be honest with you, the sickest thing is, Rosty would play ace-king in the same way. He would play ace-king in the same way. C-bet flop and then check turn. 4-bet pre. C-bet flop, check turn.
And that actually might wind up saving Laszlo if he it out.
Yeah. I mean, like, Sabashenko can just have ace-king.
Because on that turn, you know, it should be checks quite a lot from
that is disgusting. That's like, Rosty, you need to go and head to the shower, mate, because that was disgusting. Absolute filth.
And Laszlo looking very uncomfortable. Maybe he'll be able to talk himself into the fold. If not, he's going to be very short.
Yeah, just under 4.2 million. Wow. Absolute brutal spot here. How do you find the offsuit 4? I mean, I saw Rusty earlier and I said to him, good luck. And he was like, yeah, I feel like it's my day. I mean, that offsuit 4 is... Whew. I mean, I don't think you can call as Janoski. We have ace, queen of...
Wow.
Oh, he calls!
I mean, it's easy for us to say because we see everything, but I thought with him thinking as long, he would actually run through what can Rusty have that he's betting the flop, checking the turn, and betting the river.
Oh, I don't think ace-king jams river for a start. So you can remove...
If you don't think that, then you can justify the call to some degree.
Yeah, but then what does Rusty have to have? Like ace-jack off that just decided to 4-bet pre? Ace-jack off doesn't jam river either. So it's like Rusty basically only ever has like aces, ace-4 suited. Because ace-5 suited wouldn't jam either.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well... Chip leader is now Rostislav Sabachenko. He has 60 big blinds, 15 million chips, the first 15 million stack we have seen in this tournament so far. And Janoski, who came in as the overwhelming chip leader, one of the big chip leaders, has only 10 big blinds. That is unbelievable. The offsuit 4 of hearts on the river, destroying the soul of Laszlo Janoski.
Yeah, that 2 outer costs him a lot of equity. Still has some room for a comeback, but yeah, when you come in as chip leader and you go down to the bottom of the pack with 8 left, it can be quite demoralizing, and we could see some tilt.
I mean...
It's his turn for ace-4 suited, though.
Imagine that. It's the exact same hand, ace-4 hearts, right?
Yes, yes.
Oh my goodness me. You literally just had this hand destroy you and river you in the sickest spot. And then you get it next hand. That's PTSD immediately. Did he effective jam? Oh, he half stacked, yeah.
Oh-ho.
Oh, wow.
Did Bentz already fold?
No.
Okay. Because I saw that the Stokey let go of his hand, but I guess it was premature.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you're going to see...
I see the cards now.
I'm pretty sure you're going to see Ben's raise here. Just makes it like 3 million or just flat. Yeah, he just flatted. So basically in this spot, I imagine that Benz is going to pretty much put it in on every single flop. 3.6 million in the middle, 1.1 million behind. That's good luck.
Yeah, if it's not... oh, yeah, definitely now.
Wow. And Janoski has gone from raging to raging more. Benz with ace queen's just going to put this in, of course. He already put it in. Janoski has to fold down to 1.1 million, just 4.5 big blinds. And what a swing of events. Laszlo Janoski came in as the chip leader and is now in bottom place.
Meanwhile, the other short stacks are pretty happy about what's happening right now.
Oh, yeah.
There is a nice payout jump coming. I think it's 23 to 30, something like that. We can take a quick look. Yeah, 23 to 30,400. So
yeah, now's the time you don't want to do anything silly. You don't want to wake up with a hand and be the next one out when Laszlo only has 4 big blinds.
Oh-ho.
Popa with aces on the button. And this is the dynamic right here. Popa's been opening the button quite a high frequency. He's going to open again. Rusty with the opposite, 7 deuce. Obviously just going to let this one go. As long as Sebastian doesn't wake up with anything in the big, he should be safe.
This is pretty big, actually.
Oh, boy.
Off a button open.
Oh, boy.
It hasn't been Seb's day either. This is kind of a setup.
I think we have to say do widzenia to Sebastian Szachulski. Oh, boy. He's going to jam for sure.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, he does jam, and obviously Ace is going to snap him off. He's going to see the bad news.
So great spot for Popa, but unfortunately for Seb, it's been 3 really ridiculous spots for him.
Yeah, he's run as bad as possible, I would say. I mean, not as bad as Laszlo, but look at his face. He's like, just aces. Amazing.
Well, still some hope. Let's see. We've seen stranger things happen, but not looking good at all. We could see he's a 9-1 dog at the moment to stay alive. And at least for Laszlo, he's going to ladder up most likely. For him, 4 big blinds. It's happy days, 7K.
Boschot says in the chat, so many action hands. Yeah, it's been wild. King, Queen, Jack flop expected. I mean,
my
it's
God.
Not far off. It's not far off. Gonna need a Jack now. Jack ball for Sebastian Szachulski is required.
The 7 of clubs for the straight draw. Straight flush draw.
I think he'll rather prefer the Jack of clubs, to be honest, because Popa has the Ace of clubs. 4 of diamonds on the turn. Gonna need one of the 4 Jacks remaining, or else we will lose Sebastian Szachulski in 8th place. Oh, deuce of clubs on the river. Someone called for a deuce in the background. The man who had 23 red, but that is Sebastian Szachulski leaving us in 8th place. Well played, sir. Great run. You had a really nasty final table where nothing went your way, and unfortunately that does happen, but you're going to take away 23,000 euros for your effort, and we have 7 players remaining, 30,400 for the next player eliminated. And yeah, I mean, super unlucky for Sebastian. I mean, the spot with Ace Queen is going to be haunting him for a while, and he's going to look back at that one and think, right, maybe I just actually have to fold to the 4-bet pre. I'm getting a super good price, but that did really alter quite a lot for his game, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was quite an unfortunate run for him, also for Laszlo as well, but Laszlo's still alive and laddering up, but in danger zone. It's pretty easy to see that we might be already down to like 6, 5, 4 players really quick, but the hands are flying, the action is flying. Meanwhile, we have 7 remaining with a couple of short stacks in play.
Yeah, Tomasz obviously going to be letting it go. I mean, Tomasz probably has to fold Ace Queen off there under the gun with the 4 big blind stack.
It's been quite a run for Popa as well. Before the aces, he chipped up a little bit. He came in as one of the shorter stacks to start today as well. A raise from the button by Rusty. An all-in by Lasso, so we could be looking at back-to-back hands. A lot of equity for Lasso, so maybe this is also the start of a comeback. He'd be at 8 big blinds if he's able to get there with his Queen 9 suited. But meanwhile, it's not looking good at all. The King 6 getting there with the middle pair on the Ace King 7 flop. Needs a pair of runners to stay alive. The hearts aren't going to help either. It's going to have to be a Queen 9 type of thing or a Jack 10 on the turn river. Now it is showers are ready for Lasso, out in 7th place for 30,000 euros. At least he was able to ladder up a spot. And yeah, the top 4 have locked up what, Bobby?
Well, I mean, Jay,
it's happened so fast.
Yeah, I mean, what just happened? I'm writing.
Top 6. I'm sorry.
I'm writing in chat. Laszlo's busted for 30,400 euros. Peter Svoboda is the shortest stack, joined by Thomas Kubliak. And yeah, I mean, everyone's locked up 41,100 euros.
So almost 24,000 more than they started the day with about an hour into play. And everybody's pretty deep now, as you pointed out. Action, action, action.
Yeah, I mean, that's wild. we go from 8 to 6 super fast.
Yeah, we were expecting to go from 9 to 8 sometime quickly, but the rest of it is crazy, actually.
I didn't expect it to go that quick.
And Cowboys for Popa, so he's just getting very good hand distribution. Aces a couple hands ago, and now Kings.
Opa for Popa. You guys just trolling me in the chat. I said one Polish thing, and it meant goodbye. Do widzenia. It means goodbye, and they were like, "It's kind of rude just saying goodbye to someone when they leave a tournament." Well, it's just like saying GG, buddy.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't hate. It was a little bit of trolling. That's all.
You guys. Wow. What's Quentin thinking about here? He's got ace-3 offsuit +2. He hasn't put a step wrong. The 4-bet with king-queen was pretty damn good as well.
Eventually makes what we thought would be an easy fold, probably an easy fold for him too, just taking a few extra moments maybe to balance out when he does have decisions to make.
Yeah. You guys just trolling me in the chat. So kind.
Yeah, go back to trolling me. It's a little better. Then Bobby can focus on the analysis. I can focus on a little bit of joking around with you guys.
Yeah, you guys want to learn something or not, huh? Because when you go to class, do you listen? I hope so.
As long as the trolling isn't like racist or completely rude, I actually like it a little bit.
Yeah, no race, religion, or politics, buddy. That's the rules. You know it. Yeah, this is the Sansa Stark dealer. Yes, it is.
And Popa, he's been active. It's not kings, it's not aces, but it's still openable with king-9 suited.
Hello, gentlemen. First time here on this channel, courtesy of the tournament host Glenn Brown. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome, Highlander. Yeah, we're doing good. We're having some fun and some banter over here. And there's a lot of crazy action as well. I mean, Popa and Sabachenko have been butting heads all day. Does let it go. They're probably flat like Jack 10 suited, but Kubliak waking up with the rockets.
Look at those eyes. That's like serious.
I'm coming to get you. About 1.3?
Yeah. 1.2, 1.3. Looks like he's going a little bit bigger than that. Maybe not. 1.25 maybe?
1.350. And Popa has quite an interesting decision. I think if he has like king 10 suited, it would be better as a call. King 9 suited's like kind of ropey on the line.
And meanwhile, Tomasz is hoping that Popa woke up with another king's kind of hand. But
yeah, nice fold with the king 9 suited. We'd probably call like king 10 suited. King jack suited for sure would call.
We'll try to get Glenn to drop by to say hi at some point today. Highlander.
It'd be nice to see Glenn in here.
He's done a good job. He's been here the last few days bringing that social media to life, actually.
He's a great presenter.
Great presenter and also a good friend as well.
I feel like if Glenn came in the booth though to commentate.
No, Glenn wouldn't use his presenting voice in the booth. I've done a little bit of commentating with Glenn. We'd ask him some questions about what else is happening throughout the weekend, what he's up to.
Sure.
He also plays a bit of poker, so we could, talk a few hands with him. But it's not going to be presenter Glenn Brown. It's going to be Glenn Brown that you have coffee with.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine him being in the booth. I feel like it would be a bit of an overkill for him. If we started going through all the analysis of the hands, he'd be like, right, that's it. I've had enough. Goodbye. I was Glenn Brown.
Fairly good impression there.
It wasn't the worst, actually, yeah. I mean, I could probably do a better one, but I wasn't even trying. That was kind of just,
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Paris with the ace-8 suited off the open from under the gun from the Stokie makes the defend.
Pretty reasonable flop as well for Mr. Parish. Kind of light open from Destocky, to be honest, like sixes UTG. I mean, it's technically not UTG now because they are six-handed.
Is he going to try to rip those over pairs?
No.
Okay.
Your hand doesn't require any protection. You can't really get much value from your hand. And this is a dirty wet board, which is pretty good for the big blinds range. I mean, now you can probably just have a little step. All right, Steve Sutherland. Tell him Steve Sutherland says hi, as I'm not on for long, but I need to get ready for work in an hour or so. All right, mate. I'll tell him you said hi. Yeah, check.
Oof.
I mean, this is just such a wet board. Even Bentz probably feels like he doesn't even need to bet here. Like, his 8 is going to be winning some of the time. He's going to go check. He's just going to pop the 8 over.
Standard.
Yeah.
Because what are you getting called by that you're beating, and you could be pushed off the best hand pretty easily.
There's no need to bet whatsoever for sure.
Popa with a suited ace under the gun.
Yep, going to come in for an open here.
I did not go to Glasgow last week. I did not get COVID until I was in Glasgow last year, so it was a very easy decision for me to be instead in Slovakia. I was never as sick as I was last time I was in Glasgow. I somehow played in our pot limit horse event, and by the time the final table came around, I was really feeling hard. I've never punted off a stack on a final table, and that was just, guys, I can't play anymore, and I actually left the final table.
Oh dear.
It was that bad. I mean, it wasn't a big buy-in event, but you want to win everything that you play. Oh, you met me last year. I mean, I had fun meeting people because I was fine until near that final table, and then I didn't realize I had COVID until I got home. So an open by Rosti with the snowman. Bentz deciding what to do. I guess all three options are available against a Rosti, but I think a call is the most logical here. Does call. Yes, we're down to 6 players. We had 3 very quick bust outs in the opening levels. You could see we're only on hand 34. We had the chip leader actually go out in 7th place to start the day.
That was crazy.
And Rusty, let's see if he continues. There's a lot of kings in his range. Very often ahead anyway. Does check it over to Bentz, who checks it back.
This is a very similar situation to what we saw before with Destocky, with the 6s and the ace-8. Like, Sabashenko's hand doesn't really require much protection or value, because when you get bet against in this spot as Sabashenko, you're often behind. So if we see Parish take a stab here for like half pot or something, Sabashenko's just going to have to fold anyway. Oh, he was heads up against Barry Carter. I like Barry Carter. I like him a lot. Nice guy. Could see a bet here from bench. I think that half pot sizing would be quite nice. Get Sabashenko to fold like 8-6s and stuff like that. His ace-5 suited, ace-8 suited and stuff is all going to fold. Put some pressure on some 10x as well. I think this is a fold on the turn. Yeah, 1.2 million, really big sizing as well. I mean, you basically can't continue on the river, really, as Sabashenko. You're kind of just in a spot. You're both pretty deep as well. The only
being out of position as
yeah,
well.
the only card you really improve on is an 8. And 8's also complete some hands, but not many.
If he was in position, I think you can warrant even a call there, just because there's a lot of
too
hands that are
big.
betting that didn't make it yet.
Yeah, it's too big though, because the thing is, there's so many bad river cards that shift the board completely. So you're gonna face more aggression on a lot of rivers.
Yeah, I've known Barry for many, many years. We're kind of colleagues in some circles, but just more a guy that I like to have coffee with and have a chat with whenever I see him. I'm not sure if I've ever played poker with Barry or not. Probably in some like media event I played with Barry, but I don't think I played with him in a serious spot before. But we have a limp here by Popa with the ace-deuce, check back by Rusty with the 10-6 off with the live cards. And didn't connect with either player. This queen-3, king flop with 2 clubs. Both players with red cards as well. And easy game there for Popa, small bet, and taking away the blind.
Yeah, just a standard limp stab, really, in that spot, blind versus blind. 2 big stacks don't really want to get involved with each other too much. Obviously, Sabashenko does have the biggest stack, but Popo will just have to bet fold these boards quite a lot anyway. So Sabashenko is quite happy to play these in position for sure.
We're being asked by Smooble if the main event ring is different than the other circuit rings in the way it looks. Yes, it is, actually. I'm not sure how, but I know it's custom fitted.
Yeah.
We just had a nice ceremony for the 2025 WSOP Circuit Talon winner this year during the circuit, and Jenny Westerland, who then went on to win another ring here in Bratislava this week. And
Actually won the ladies. That was cool. That was cool. I enjoyed doing the ladies, actually. I had kind of very mixed views on how it was going to be, and, you know, if it was just going to be like completely different levels of play, and it was better than the 350. I really enjoyed it. I mean, my highlight is still when Heather Liv ripped that river on the board pair with the ace high against Svetlana.
I don't remember what she had either.
She had what was her second name? She had an insanely difficult second name, Ubakirova or something like that.
Like that. Yeah, Obakarova.
Obakarova. Yeah, that was it. Yeah. Don't ask how I remember. I got no idea. Queen 7 sorry, Queen 8 deuce on the flop. Kubiak improving to top pair. This is the same situation as before that I was talking about, where it's like you have a limp spot blind versus blind. You can limp bet one big blind. And then when you have a raise spot, yes, it is Orbikarova. Yeah, that's all right. When you have a raise spot blind versus blind, a little bit different. Sabashenko has to tread a little bit lighter. Can still improve the top pair, though.
Kubiak for the home win. He is a real pro. I would say, though, yes, he's a local pro, but there's a lot of pros at this table, including Rusty. But in this hand, the local pro has a dominating hand against Rusty, and I don't expect him to call a second bet, but I don't actually know if Tomasz is going to find another bet here on the turn or wait for the river. He's looking down at his chips, though, which usually means there might be a bet coming. Yep, now he's reaching for him.
Yeah, like I said, Rusty needs to tread lightly in this spot, even though he can put pressure on Thomas. Thomas has to play very face up and, you know, small bet on the flop from Rusty. I'd probably go bigger with my raise actually pre-flop in this situation with like my king threes, my king fours, and king fives. I probably honestly would go close to 4x, and a lot of people will be like, oh, why would you go so big? Well, because queen 7's going to call like 2.5x or 3x or whatever.
And welcome from New Zealand. I'm not sure we had anybody from New Zealand watch yet, so that might be a first this week as well.
I'm not sure if Kiwi Bird Special has actually come from WSOP stream I did before.
Ah.
I think I had someone with the name Kiwi Bird before.
It's one of the countries still on my list to visit.
I've been to New Zealand. I went to the vineyards there.
Very nice.
Yeah. Many years ago, when I was working in hospitality, I was doing a degree in oenology and viticulture, which is basically wine studies.
Interesting.
Yeah, something you don't know about me. I know a lot about wine. But you've never seen me drink wine.
No, I've never seen you drink wine. I don't think I've seen you drink anything this week, actually.
You have not seen me.
You haven't seen me have a drink
I haven't
either.
had a drop of alcohol this week at all, yeah. Just not really interested, to be fair. I'd rather just come and do the commentary and just have a cracking time with everyone else.
We get enough of a buzz that way.
Yeah.
So Ben's with the ace-5 under the gun open. Nobody waking up with anything. Tomasz with the 6-5. And likely a walk. Peter's been playing fairly tight today as compared to yesterday. And it looks like we're going on a break, folks. So we'll be back in 20 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and see you soon.
We do get a list of those chip counts before we go. Ben's Paris chip leader with 16 million. Rostislav Sabashenko with 13 million. Popa with 11 million. Kubiak with 7.2 million. Distoki with 5.7 million. And we are heading off to a break. And Peter Svoboda, sorry, with 4.1 million. I apologize.
The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027.
Welcome back, everybody, and looks like we're going straight into the action. We have 6 players remaining. It was an action-packed first couple of hours. This is Jason Glatzer. I'm joined by the legendary Bobby James. Welcome back, Bobby.
What's happening, Jay? Yeah, it has been a pretty wild start to this one. It's gone way quicker than I expected. 6 players remaining from the final 9. Obviously, we lost Max very early on. Then we lost Sebastian Szahulski. And then the chip leader for the day, Laszlo Janowski, also gone. It's been a pretty wild one, man. Didn't expect Laszlo to bust out so early, but pretty unfortunate for him, the situation that he found himself in.
Meanwhile, the local hero, Tomasz, opening the button with the suited queen. Some comments about him being an online crusher, which we already knew, but he's not the only one at the table that's an online crusher. And Ben's Paris with a very pretty ace-10 suited, especially against a button open.
Yeah, I think we can probably just pill here with Paris hand.
And I did send your best, Steve, to Mr. Glenn Brown. I gave him a quick call during the break to say that you were here, and he sends his best right back at you if you're still here. Here's a look at the payout. So it's 41,100. The top 6 have locked up, but look how steep these jumps are. 56 for 5th, 77.3. Then we get into 6-figure territory in the top 3, 109,000, 155,000, and tonight's winner, 235,000. That's a lot of money for anybody at this table.
Absolutely. Lots of money on the line.
And Steve, I also learned that you have a video up on our website, poker.pro. So there's a video of you also, I believe, talking a little bit about Jamie Staples over at Poker Pro. So you got me to do a little bit of a plug of what I do during the daytime when I'm not here in the booth with Bobby James. If you're interested actually in getting up to date with what happened throughout the entire festival, there's daily articles up on poker.pro. But right now, we are at the biggest moment of this festival with just 6 players remaining. So Ben's putting pressure on Quentin here. And yeah, if you're going to get a Jack-8 suited to fold, you can be opening up at will from the small blind like Ben's just did. At least according to Glenn Brown, there is, Steve. I have a recollection of something, but we're probably talking last year at this time, so I'll have a look back at some point this evening when we're done with the excitement here. Savashenko will be opening up. We are 6-handed, but even if we were still 8 or 9-handed, it would be an open for him from any position with the king-queen.
Thomas Kubiak waking up with the ace-queen offsuit here. Does go for the flat versus UTG Open. I would say flat is preferred here. Even though we were talking a little bit earlier about, you know, flattening the ace-queen off or 3-betting the ace-queen off, I think in this situation, flatting the ace-queen off is going to be better.
And ace-queen has been just a trouble hand for whoever gets it, actually, on this final table.
Definitely been the dangerous hand for sure. We are gonna see a flop though.
And maybe a queen. Let's see.
Queen would be...
I want spiciness.
Well, that's spicy enough as it is. Savashenko does flop the king. And I do believe he should be coming in for a c-bet here. It does go for a check. Interesting.
It's a weddish board, too. I guess not against the hijack's calling range, but there's a lot of pocket pairs and whatnot that you could target.
7 of clubs on the turn. I think Rusty probably wants to start betting now. I do think that Thomas can have some 7s and 8s for sure, but we'll get all the information with a bet. You also want to start getting some value for your hand as well.
It makes me more likely that hands like 9s and 10s would call also at this stage. There's some value to be had, but it's more just the board is scary now.
Yeah, 1.2 million, nice sizing. Definitely want to size up. If you're going to check flop, then you want to size up on the turn for sure.
Are you and Stefan still about a hand that happened like 2 hours ago?
Yeah, it looks like he's still going in the chat.
Chip EV and ICM are 2 different things, but I don't even remember the hand anymore. There's more than one way to play poker. You know, like I watch some people that have like completely different playing styles, but you know, GTO is still GTO and ICM is still ICM.
Yeah.
But you know, you play the players. Sometimes you intentionally go away from GTO depending on the player as well. And then you have your field players on top of that. Wow. Some of them do quite well.
Swoboda's all in with the ace-jack off here.
This seems a bit wide. For a jam, anyway.
I mean, 13 big blinds, it's okay.
It's 300, yeah. Sorry, apologies. It's standard-ish.
Yeah, I think Popa's going to be putting this one in, though, for sure.
I was still thinking pre-break at the 250, which makes a big difference, and it's not a jam.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty standard spot, to be honest.
Popa's spot isn't that standard, though.
Yeah,
He's call.
he just calls here, but just in case anything happens with Rostislav.
So Svoboda now at risk all of a sudden, and Popa will be fine if he loses his hand. That would be down to 22 big blinds. But there's 8.6 million in this pot. And a coin flip will determine who wins it. Not the worst flop for 8, so Popa pretty far ahead, but still needs to fade an ace or jack. Wouldn't mind seeing a 7 or an 8, though.
Yeah, pretty decent flop as flops go.
King of spades on the turn changes nothing. And the 2 of clubs on the river, so we're down to 5 players, with Svoboda hitting the rail in 6th place for 41,100, and the top 5 have now locked up 56,000 euros.
Yeah, just like that, down to 5. I mean, this is going very fast. Way faster than expected. And Destocky with the short stack of 17 bigs, and Kubiak only has 20 bigs. Parish well out in front with 60 big blinds, and Popa with 50 big blinds also. Sabashenko with 47 bigs.
Yeah, it's an interesting dynamic with 2 short but not short stacks and the other 3 players sitting comfortably. But we saw Laszlo to start the final table sitting comfortably, and that didn't really work out too well for him.
Well, Parish finding another ace-queen here. Going for the open for sure.
Ho-ho. Popa just running hot with the card distribution. Now with ace-king suited. He's had aces, he's had kings, he's had ace-queen. Now we see him with big slick. We had the 8s that just held against a coin flip.
Yeah, I mean, he's also had ace-king against ace-queen several times.
Yeah.
Sometimes it works out for you. That is the 3-bet there to 1.8 million.
And Paris thinking about, probably not thinking of 4-bet, but it would be like under the gun kind of spot that you can 4-bet. Popa now has chips, so he might be 3-betting light. We see that he's not. It is a fairly decent sizing to 6 big blinds as well.
I think Parish has a pretty easy fold in this spot with the ace-queen off. When you open UTG, you get 3-bet by button.
Against this particular player, we haven't seen him get out of line at all.
Yeah, he's not really been loose, has he?
He's just had the cards, actually. So he's played a bit, but every time he's coming up with something. And even if he's not showing down, and most of the time there have been showdowns, by now you have that information with a 30-minute delay and a break right before this.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a 4-bet instead to 4.2 million.
Whew. I do not think this one's going to work against Popa, to be honest. I feel like we will just see the 5-bet jam with the ace-king suited.
And he does jam the lot.
Yeah, just fold, obviously, of course, for Parish.
He's like, you didn't believe I had aces? And a clear chip lead now for Popa, up to 20 million in chips.
He's played really well, to be honest with you. I'm really impressed with how well he's played.
There's no place on the screen right now that tells you how many players are left, but we can tell you there are 5 players left. There was 1,160 entries at the very beginning.
I wonder if Rusty goes for an open here.
He always seems so disinterested whether he's in a hand or not.
I think that's because he's Ukrainian.
Everybody, though, at this table has a pretty strong table presence.
Yeah.
That's one thing I need to work on as a player.
Your table presence, yeah.
Like when I came out of the booth and straight to the table yesterday, it was so hard to like readjust. Interesting flop, 6-6-5. You would expect Rusty to continue.
Mm, 6-6-5, not really the best board. Probably go for small bet here. Yeah, 400k seems like a decent sizing.
And Paris with the 2 overs, gut shot straight draw, and also a backdoor flush draw. Might feel he's getting the right price. May try to rep something other than what he has too, or may fold. And does raise. Putting the pressure on Rusty.
Yeah, I think this is the problem when you see bet this board. You do get raised sometimes. Not a comfortable spot by any means.
And you're ahead of some of, I mean, we see it's only with 8-9, but a 7-8's a good candidate to do the same. There's some hands you're actually ahead of, like this one, but it's a pretty easy fold at that stage.
Yep.
Welcome, everybody just tuning in. For those of you that aren't aware of what we are watching right now, it is the WSOP Circuit 1,500 euro buy-in main event, which got more than 1.4 million in the prize pool from 1,160 entries down to the final 5. They've locked up a ton of money, but there's 235,000 on top, the gold ring, and that trip to the Bahamas. I'm Jason, and I'm joined alongside Bobby James.
Yeah, we're having fun out here. It's been pretty interesting so far, for sure.
Ace Jack now for Rusty. Opens with the min-raise. He folds around to Destoki in the big blind, who's going to have to continue to lose some chips. 9 deuce is not defendable, especially offsuit, and down to under 15 big blinds now.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you're just going to find tough spots and you can't really do much in terms of defense.
He's been able to ladder up a few spots, though, just by folding. Sometimes it's better to get the 9 deuce and fold than wind up with ace queen, as we've seen in at least at this final table.
Absolutely.
Bobby, can you just agree to disagree with Stefan? Is that fair enough here? Because you know, Stefan needs to feel a little bit of love, I think, from you in particular.
I got to be honest. I stopped looking at the chat.
Oh, okay.
I've given up. As you've noticed, I haven't replied for a while.
I make my share of mistakes playing. You know, there's no harm in saying, you know, you just need to learn from these spots more than anything else. Of course, these players are playing for a lot of money and don't want to make mistakes at this stage. But those of us in the comms booth or the chat box, it's very free for us. But this is an action flop, top pair for Popov, nut flush draw for Rusty here. And Rusty reaching for chips as expected, not a big bet. 450. And a quick call there by Popa with the top pair.
Kind of a split range advantage on this board. Sabachenko has pretty much a majority of the nut flush, the better Queen X. Popa can definitely still have some flushes as well. Check on the turn.
Oh boy.
Boat on the river. I mean, Popa's probably going to have to do his own betting here. I'll probably just go really small, like 400k or something. Really small.
Yeah, you have to be thinking only an ace is maybe going to call. You can discount the fact that he has a queen after the check.
Yeah, you're just trying to make an ace call. It looks like he's gone bigger. 1.1 or something.
Maybe even a king would call, but still, it's we'll see if even with the ace calls.
Yeah, 1.1.
Well, we're probably not going to find out on this sizing.
Pretty polar sizing, but like I think it's just one of these situations where you're just trying to get an ace to call, right? Never anything else.
Okay, it does call, so it gets a bit more value than expected there. And Popa up to 22 million.
I mean, kind of hate the call because like Popa doesn't actually have that many bluffs. Like King 9 with like King Hearts or something, which definitely wouldn't bluff in this situation. I think Rusty needs to take a little bit more time with his decisions, to be honest with you, because he's rushing a little bit. He's playing for a lot of money, and he's not making the best decisions in these spots. He also had another spot earlier where he made a call, which I think would definitely be a fold as well, where he had the ace-4 of hearts.
Yeah.
That was another spot where I would probably fold as well.
Meanwhile, I saw myself walk by the TV table. I'm wondering how I'm over there and over here at the same time, but getting better at time travel, apparently.
Yeah. I heard they invented this thing called delay.
I'm still learning. Time travel sounds so much nicer than delay. So we have our first limp at the final table, actually.
Yeah, not one I would limp. Really. Like, it kind of doesn't really make too much sense to limp here. You don't really achieve anything by it. Like, what are we trying to achieve by limping in this situation? I can't really think of many good answers.
On the other hand, I'd be very confused about what range he has with this limp.
Yeah.
Not the worst flop for Popa. When you have pocket fours and it's a 3-3-5 flop. Of course, Tomasz could have been limping with a better pocket pair, but it checks around, and it's Rusty now pulling ahead with the 7. Yeah, there's some bluffs, but we haven't really seen people bluff like that on this final table per se. But that doesn't mean they're not capable of from you're talking about the last hand.
Yeah, I just don't think people are really going to be taking these really like low equity bluffs or no equity bluffs, right? Like on the river in that situation, I just can't see Big Blind having a hand that is not betting for value on the river. I don't think they have anywhere near enough bluffs. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Pavel, but I just don't see it happening really here.
But it's probably what Rusty was thinking.
Yeah, I just feel like he's rushing a little bit.
In this spot, it's a clear... Well, I thought it was a clear call, but it's a raise.
I like the raise here. Raise is good. When you call, you don't really know where you're at. Whereas, like, you can raise, and if you get re-raised, then you can just fold. Yep, nice play there from Rusty.
Now Saka is really confusing me, and I even just Hendon mobbed Iset, and he's coming up as British actually in the Hendon mob, which is really funny.
I mean, he spent a lot of time in Nottingham.
We have 4.3.
And we can check, I mean, this looks like a Hungarian flag to me, actually, from Laszlo, but we can double check.
It is a Hungarian flag, I believe.
At least Laszlo is a very Hungarian name.
Yes, it is.
But it's funny, Sack says that Bobby was taking a flag quiz test as we were waiting around, and he did quite well.
That was tough.
There were a few that I knew that he didn't know, but he knew a lot more than I didn't know. I still do confuse the Slovakian and Slovenian flags when they're this tiny, but when they're bigger, can't tell the difference. But we know Kubiliak is from Slovakia. The Ukrainian flag is very recognizable.
Yeah, Rusty going to go for the limp call here versus 3 bigs.
And Tomasz getting shorter and shorter, down to 12 big blinds after the pre-flop betting. Let's see if he tries to rep or check. It's a pretty horrific flop for him. All black cards. Okay, pretty okay turn though. Doesn't mean he's ahead. We see he is, but should feel he's ahead. The kings are kind of blocking each other, and not too many aces for Rusty that he's not just opening from the small blind with. And he's thinking it through. And it's a small bet, maybe 600. Indeed. And a quick fall by Rusty, so 7 deuce gets the job done for our Slovakian local pro.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really much you can do there with Rusty's hand. You're pretty capped to what you can do. Welcome back, Lazar. Hope you're doing well. Jason with the payouts there, with the help of Nightbot.
We got Highlander, though. I don't need to do any moderation. We have him now helping out with those in the chat.
Always helpful.
I miss Dark Angel. Like, you never had to worry about anything with Donna.
Donna.
She doesn't do any modding anymore. She's sort of retired.
That's sad. Donna was the GOAT.
And Tomasz now, after winning a hand in the big blind with 7 deuce suited, hoping to win another in the small blind. And Ben's with the 7-3. I guess he's thinking about whether to raise or not.
Versus limp, raise is probably going to be okay. This is a hand that you don't really want to play from the big blind, so you're just happy to raise fold.
It doesn't look like a 3-bet is coming, and it's just a call, which is the obvious play here with Queen 10. Hello, 3 out of the window. The rest of the board, though, should be giving Bent some concern. Once again, not that many aces that Tomas should have. But he could be slow playing one. It's probably not going to stop him from betting something here.
He goes for 1 point. Oh, he goes for 600. Okay. And sizing's kind of interesting.
And it's a Broadway gut shot for Tomas. And although we see Paris raising from the big blind with 7-3, that also ranges them in with a lot of aces as well. But it's not scaring away Tomas, it doesn't look like.
I don't think you can fold with a gut shot here. Even versus raise, like, Paris is going to still have, like, the 10 deuce, the 10 fours, the 8 deuce, all of the really shoddy hands. I mean, like, the 9's probably worse, actually.
Check, check with the open ender. And look at this. He gets there with the runner.
Wow.
I mean, not going to really probably get any value here, but you should try.
I mean, you have to try, right?
Against Paris, maybe he's going to try to get him to bet into him, but I think you'd really just have to take things into your own hands here. Against a very aggressive opponent that's always betting rivers that are checked to him, you can play it differently.
Yeah. Yeah, so we see Kubiak going for the bet here. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate that Bent does have the hand that he does have.
He's only beating a bluff. Pretty much everything that would have called the flop would have gone there, though, with that 9 and 8 coming. I guess a king-queen, but that's not playing it this way. There's very few hands, actually. Maybe a 4-5. That doesn't make sense either.
Yeah, this is another spot where, like, you know, when Tomas bet river before, he just had value. And, like, I think you're just going to find value so much.
I have a headache just from the not like that in the chat. I mean, this guy was so loud during the event here.
Yeah.
I know some of you might like Mr. Martin Cabral, but I think I will complete the sentence right there. And I can play endless hours with like a Wsopc at the table, but it's different for some reason with Martin.
Yeah. I mean, it's a different vibe, right? Like that's what it is at the end of the day.
They're both doing it for a similar reason, but yeah, you're right.
I mean, I can handle Martin in certain doses, but not fully. I mean, I texted him and asked him if he wanted to come in the booth before, and he was like, I am playing. I was like, okay.
That would have had to be you and him. No, I would have had no... it wouldn't have worked out too well if I was in the booth with him, I have to say.
I can imagine you two would probably not
I would say it how it is, you know. It's how I always am. I'd be polite about it, of course, but... you know, back in the day when I was reporting, he was the rudest player I've ever met. So, you know, you have that as well. I don't mind calling that out.
That happens.
He's good for those that, let's say, are more interested in antics and drama than they are in actual poker, though. So, you know, in some ways, he's maybe good for poker, too. He's just not my cup of tea. But meanwhile, back to the action. We have Rusty opening up the King 10.
Yeah, you're going to see more of these early position opens with like the King 10 off and stuff from the bigger stacks.
Yeah, because even under the gun also is the low jack at this stage.
Yeah.
It showed a fold, but we see that he called. It quickly updated. And the 3 connecting, but for the third pair on the 5-7-3 flop, it goes check, check. Not the best flop for Rusty. And Popa likely will try to take down the pot now. And doesn't mind necessarily a call, but would, I assume, like to just take it here and now.
Yeah, this is a good good lead on the turn here from Popa.
And Popa back up to 22 million.
Yeah, crushing. Oh, Lazar just got a little time out there. I mean,
Only 5 seconds at least.
5 seconds is. I've never even given a 5-second timeout. I wouldn't even bother. I'm like, I'm a hour or 24 hours. That's it. There's not much leniency.
I mean, this should
with
be
me.
nothing, though. I mean, like spamming emotes, I'm pretty sure that wasn't out of hand, but
Yeah.
we can't control Nightbot.
Sorry, guys.
I have a love-hate relationship with Nightbot, no matter where it is.
Just noticed there's over 1,000 people watching.
Ah.
Pretty good numbers. Highest numbers for the week. I think everyone loves to watch the final table anyway. So.
During the mini-main, we had over 1,000 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So we still have some room to go, Bobby.
Yeah, we got some room.
Meanwhile, we'll see an open by Quinton, who's been a little bit quiet. It may even be a shove.
I think
for
it's a
12.
jam. Yeah, I think it's a jam here.
Oh, no.
I mean,
I don't know if Popa can call here, though.
no, I think Popa does call and doesn't raise. This is basically how you play this hand. It's 11 big blinds. Popa's hand is just going to be a pure call in the small blind here with the ICM, and Rusty is just going to be folding a bunch anyway. Yep.
And what does Rusty have? Did he wake up? Oh, another ace.
Ace 3 suited on display. He says that's not good, but he's going to see that the stocky said, oh, that's not good either. Ace 9 off against Ace 4 suited here.
He's going to see it's not that bad. It's just ace isn't really going to matter. He needs a 4 or some hearts or some kind of wheel draw.
Alex.
And it's a 9 out of the window, so it needs to be running hearts or some other combination running 4s. Those are the only 2 things that could save him. It's not looking very good for Distoki. Maybe a heart for the sweat. Still in a seat.
I mean, don't get up yet. Oh, well, now you can get up.
Wow.
Popa has eliminated Distoki, and Distoki does bust in 5th place for 56,000 euros. And I mean, fair play to the man. He had a great run. He played very solid, didn't get that many spots. He had that epic hand with the King-Queen. Yeah, I mean, I hope to see him on the circuit more. He played very well. And, yeah, great job. I mean, it's all a bit close now, you know. Kubiak is the short stack with 26 bigs. Rusty with 37. Benched with 42 big blinds. And then you see with 84 big blinds, Popa just leading the way. Alexandru Popa of Romania leading the way.
It's a day for him to remember, at least thus far. But I'm shocked that we're down to 4 players already. And the final 4 have locked up 82,300 just by playing poker for 2-3 hours now.
It's been going pretty well, Emil. Thank you for joining.
Welcome back, Emil. How's the weather in Switzerland today? It is scorching here in Slovakia. Not in the booth. We're nice and comfy. We're even wearing like long sleeves. I'm wearing a hoodie. We have climate control at least, but outside is something else.
Yeah, it's very hot outside.
Ben's with the ace king. And, oh, wow. This is a setup four-handed.
Not again.
This is absolutely insane.
This is getting crazy.
It's an almost mandatory 3-bet here.
I've
you
never
might call, but I
I've
would
never
be
seen.
3-betting.
No, I mean it's probably a jam, to be honest. Actually, for Thomas here, the reason this probably a jam is, you know, people have been opening way wider, King 10, King Jack, etc. Honestly, I think I'm jamming Ace Queen. Is he going to go for the? Yeah, I mean, this is quite a committing 3-bet here. Looks big. Yeah, 2.1 million is massive.
And this should be a 4-bet shove, I assume.
Yes, Spence will be putting it in, and
Steve, it was nice that you joined us. Good luck at your work today.
yeah, nice to meet you, Steve. Thanks for dropping by. Honestly, I've never seen so many ace kings against ace queens on the final table ever.
Ace queen has just been the death of everybody. Even when it's ahead, it doesn't matter. It's the hand to avoid in retrospect, but not in theoretical sense.
Yep, Kubiak does. Sorry, Bence puts it in, and Kubiak does call.
Oh my God! Wow.
Yeah, 20 bigs. I mean,
he had a chunk. He had 40% of his stack in, so it's a pretty quick call for him.
yeah. Sorry, 26 big
Wow,
blinds.
wow,
I
wow.
apologize, but yeah, I mean, it's yeah, very, very, very weird spot. Sebra says, afternoon, gents. Really enjoyed your comms this week. Thank you from the UK.
Thank you very much.
Ace in the window, 9-7. Kubiak gonna need a queen, or else we're gonna lose the hometown hero, Tomasz Kubiak. And the Queen of Hearts has come on the turn a fair few times today, Jason. Can it come again?
Well, it's not going to be the Queen of Clubs.
It's the 3 of Hearts. Well, it's going to need a queen, and only a queen, or else we're going to lose Tomasz Kubiak.
Is there a queen from heaven like the chat is asking for?
There is not. It is the 4 of Hearts on the river. We lose Thomas Kubiak in 4th place for 82,300 euros. And now this is going to be really sick. There's 3 players remaining. Bence Paris, Alexandru Popa, and my favorite, Rostislav Sabachenko. And they're all guaranteed 109,000 euros for their 1,500 euro entry.
And all deep. Rusty is a little bit more shallow, but, still 37 big blinds for the
He's
fourth stack,
got
three-handed.
37 bigs, 3-handed. It's beautiful.
And also, Kubiak, it says 77,300. The reason why we're getting a different number is he did collect a 5,000 euro chip leader
I
bonus
apologize.
as well.
Yeah, you are correct, Jason. I stand corrected.
But 109,000, no matter what. No deals are going to be allowed. And that's a rule you definitely don't want to break at the circuit or any WSOP event that can lead towards disqualification and you getting absolutely nothing if there's any hint of that.
Stefan earned himself another timeout, 600 seconds now.
He's already back, though, it looks like.
I think it was a little bit laggy. No one knows how many bullets they fired. I have no clue. I think Rosty's actually only in for 1, to be honest.
It sounded like Seb was in for a few, with his friend, yeah.
Seb likes to go for it.
I can't believe we're already down to just 3 players.
Yeah, how are we down to 3?
That. It's 5:20 and stream time. It's only, I don't know, less than 3 hours of play.
I see Flavius in the chat. He says, Popa's been running absolutely horrid all year. This has been a long time coming, Vamos. I mean, good luck to all of the remaining 3. How are we down to 3 already?
He's been playing very well, but certainly been getting the best card distribution at
his
the table.
card distribution's been amazing. Ace King into Ace Queen, Kings into Ace Queen, Aces into Ace 10. I mean, you name it, he's had it.
8's winning a flip.
Yeah. I mean, you got to win your flips, right? Definitely can see some raising here from Popa for sure.
Yeah, with these three players, I think we're going to see quite interesting three-handed play.
Yeah, versus Limp, be raising for sure. Oh, looks like Bence is not getting out of there just yet. Does Limp call the 8-9 off, which seems pretty reasonable. A 6 deuce, 2 clubs. And probably check bet fold here. Unless.
Yeah, we could see some wild things three-handed, but I think it's going to be exactly what you said.
You probably want to go a little bit bigger with sizing here. I think like 800k is going to be like quite nice sizing. You go smaller. 525. I mean, it depends on like how you're ranging your opponent. Obviously, like Paris is going to have some pretty good limp calls, but you know, with this hand, like Queen 3 off specifically, it's like you kind of want to get it done on the flop.
I was hoping for a nice long final table. It is our last day here. I'm very sad to actually be leaving. I've fallen in love with the town of Šamorín. I love Card Casino.
And that little place we've been having breakfast, the Market Bistro.
Oh, yeah, and the bakery that's near me as well.
I miss that place. I like it.
But we'll be back next month, I believe. We have the Battle of Malta coming to
Yeah, the
Card
Slovakia
Casino for the
edition,
first time.
That's going to be cool. Oh, he did bet 925, not 525. Well, I mean, sizing's good then.
Yeah, it looked like he had a 500k
I
chip
thought
in that.
there was as well. I just couldn't tell if my eyes were deceiving me or not. Thank you for that, Ivan Petrov.
Oof, both players with aces. Did Popa just call or did he 3-bet? He did 3-bet. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
All the aces are gone.
What is this? Button opens. They're three-handed. The button opens ace-5 off. 3-bet from Popa in the small. And Sabashenko wakes up with aces in the big. I mean, do you just play click here? I think you have to play click, right? This stack depth, you have to play click.
It's a three-handed pot and you're 3-bet into three-handed pot and you get 3-bet with aces. It's crazy.
I mean, you can make it 3.1 million. That's the smallest you can make it.
No, it'd have to be, because it's 600 to 2.5, it would have to be
Oh, yes, sorry, I do apologize.
4.4.
Yes. I don't know what happened in my brain there. I went, doo. I just malfunctioned.
We're just shocked about all 4 aces being in players' hands at the moment.
Yeah, I don't know how I malfunctioned so hard there. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's going to make it 5 mil.
Almost a min click, a little bit more.
Yeah.
Easy fold for Bence and Popa getting out of the way
Yeah.
too. It's 4 bets at this stage are going to be really strong. Although, to be fair, if anybody was going to 4-bet light in that spot, it should be Rusty as a short stack, but it seems like at least the ace-5 an easy fold. The ace-10 was a quick fold, maybe a little bit less easy for some other players.
Yeah, a bit of a crazy spot, that one, to be honest.
Queen 5 suited on the button. I do expect him to open. He's reaching for chips.
Yeah, pretty standard open here.
8-6 folding for Rossi, but meanwhile, Bence, we don't know what he has yet, but it does seem like he wants to play it. And it doesn't seem like he wants to call. I have a feeling we have a 3-bet coming. We just don't know what he has yet.
We do see a 3-bet here.
You could see the look on his eyes that he wasn't...
Oh my gosh, what aces
wow,
again?
Wow.
This is crazy.
And Paris just walking away, maybe to do something, or maybe just frustrated that he didn't flat the aces. There's arguments to do both, I would say.
Oh, absolutely.
And Ben's looking like so lonely on the other side of the table. He even has enough room to get a pedicure if he wants. We did see players with their shoes off earlier, so it wouldn't be unusual, but it would be at this final table, I have to say.
I mean, two big hands that these players have been waking up with.
Top pair for Paris, limping the King-9. And does check it. Trying to maybe induce a bet from Popa. Instead, we're going to see a turn, and it's a 3 of hearts. Check mark over to Bence. There are 2 flush draws out there now. Is Bence going to slow play it again? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah, this one should be done for sure. Does let it go. Yeah, wild stuff. I mean, how are we down to 3? Yeah, Bijot, I think ace-10 off has to fold there. I think Rossi doesn't have too many super wide 4-bets, button versus small blind, big blind, 3-handed.
But it was a snap fold. Is like he didn't need to think about it.
Yeah.
You can tell that all 3 of these players have experience playing online.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Sizings, timings, all sorts.
Because when you're playing online, you don't have really that time to think. It becomes more of an automatic decision. Obviously, on a final table, you typically have a little bit more time anyway, but still.
Yeah, I mean, like on an online final table, this might be different, that situation, because you expect to get 4-bet more 3-handed.
That's also true.
Live, it's less likely, I would say. I can't believe we're 3-handed. It's 1 hour clock.
Yeah, I'm flabbergasted. And they're all deep right now. So we could be 3-handed for a while. At least I hope we are.
I mean, everyone's pretty deep as well, right? Like, Rossi's got like 40 bigs. and the other 2 have got bigger stacks.
Yeah, it's crazy. Rossi, though, keeps chipping up little by little. Let's see if his queen high is going to take down this pot. He is still ahead.
Check seems normal line. And queen high going to be winning somewhat of the time.
Now let's see if Bence takes a stab. His jack is often good here once it's like this too, though.
He does go for a bet. I mean, queen high is going to be very good here sometimes as well. Not a snap fold by any means. I mean, like, Bence is going to have, like, jack 10 off. He's going to have, like, jack 8 off, jack 7 off, 10-9 off, 10-8 off. Like, he's opening super wide on the button, right? They're 3-handed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a call. There is the call with queen high.
Yeah, that's why I don't like the bet. You know, what are you trying to get the fold out here?
Yeah.
Otherwise, you check back and you might be ahead.
Bence had a little wince in his face there, like, what the heck?
We could still be in for plenty of action, though, because I think I told you, Bobby, that during the final table over in Tallinn...
You had 4 hour heads up.
Yeah, it was 4.5 hours. It was a lot of back and forth, a lot of action. It was a really fun heads up.
Yeah, I actually feel like we're probably quite far away from heads up with these 3 because it's one of these situations where 3-handed, like, average is like 50 bigs.
Yeah.
You know...
It would have to be a setup.
This could be like 2-3 hours 3-handed easily.
Yeah, another 2, and that could be another 2-3 hours heads up as well.
I mean, I'm not flying till 7 a.m., so I'm good. I'm okay sitting in this chair until maybe 5 a.m.
Okay, I think we'll be good with that.
Yeah.
I think that's impossible to be, unless they take like a 3-hour dinner break. And even then. So Rusty with the 5s.
Yeah, just getting the
Rest
numbers.
in peace, Pocket 5s. I miss that website quite a lot.
Ah, Pocket
That's
5
where I got
great.
my start in the industry.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, limp here from Rusty. And check from Bence.
Well, before Poker News and other places, I was with pocket fives. Look at this, though. Good for pocket fives.
Can check here. I would definitely start with a check as Rusty, just because we can check call a bet here, no problem.
And it was a limp pot as well.
Yep, here comes the bet. 450, half pot. Pretty easy limp call for Rusty. I don't think you want to be raising. There's no need.
No.
Your hand doesn't require any protection. And it's not like you're driving action or value from anything else. Deuce on the turn. Nothing really changes here. Bence isn't going to be betting too much deuce X on the flop. There goes check, check. And another 4 on the river. So Rusty's hand going to be pretty good quite a lot of the time here.
About 700 you bet here?
I'll probably bet a bit more. I'd probably bet like 1.4 million. The reason I would bet bigger...
Park at the ace and kings. But
Yeah.
there's not so many aces checking back, and I think he's...
He went 500.
Yeah, and he's going to get a call from the king, I believe.
I think you can go bigger, honestly. I think you can still get called by ace high and king high for bigger.
But how many aces does Paris have that he's not that he's checking back the option with? That didn't hit this board.
Like a decent amount, to be
You
fair.
think?
Yeah. Like ace 8 off, ace 9 off is going to check a lot of the time, blind versus blind. Just because like the ICM is extremely tight now. They're pretty bunched together, so you don't really want to make like you don't want... if Rusty limps blind versus blind, you make 3.5x with ace 9 off, and he makes 11. You just hate it, right? So
Yeah, you probably just stump it, actually.
yeah,
but
exactly. So this is why there's not going to be too much raising there with like the ace 9 off and stuff and ace 8 off. I mean, he didn't raise king 8 off, right?
yeah.
Which is still a pretty decent hand. Bence has a pretty nice, easy limp, I would say, with 10-3 suited. You can actually limp and still call a raise.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. See?
Yeah.
He checks the ace 9 suited. I mean, we just need 3 clubs now, and then it will be disastrous.
We don't want that.
Oh my God. There's 2 clubs to start with. No, don't do it.
Wow.
Not like this. Not blind versus blind in a limp pot.
Wow, wow, wow.
They're monstrously deep.
It is a small C-bet. And is Popa going to call or raise? He looks
No,
like
just
he's
call.
just going to
You
call.
you never raise your nut draw here. This is just pure call. You want them to hit a worse flush, obviously, or like 2 pair.
Oh my.
The 3 of clubs, Jason. The 3 of clubs on the turn.
5 of clubs.
I apologize.
But he has a 3 of clubs in his hand.
I
So
meant-
the hand's not over yet. Ben, there are 2 outs still that Ben can hit.
I meant to say the 3 of clubs. And well, I know I did say the 3 of clubs. I meant to say the 5 of clubs. 5 of clubs on the turn. Are you actually serious?
Wow. We could be easily heads up and with Popa with a massive lead, depending on how this plays out. It's going to be awfully impossible. The only thing that can save him is another club on the river, actually, and the action not being too big on the turn.
Yeah, I cannot believe that is the turn card.
Wow. I mean, obviously, a 2 of clubs and 7 of clubs also saves him, so 2 outs to the straight flush.
Depends on what size Bence goes here, to be honest with you.
It looks big.
Oh, he's overbet. He's overbet the turn into the nuts. Effective nuts. I mean, he has the 3 of clubs working for him, but that's probably not worth too much.
Wow.
But they're so deep. They started the hand over 50 bigs deep. Rosty's loving this. Rosty's having a great time. Yeah, I mean, we
Crazy,
cannot believe
crazy,
it in the booth
crazy.
that it's flush versus flush, 3-handed.
I mean, unless something wild happens, we're going to be heads up this early. That's absolutely insane.
I mean, if the river is a brick, my goodness me. If the river is a brick, how do you get in 3x pot, though? Oh, my God, the river's an ace. And this is going to be so good for Bence to bet. Can he really 3x pot jam here? I mean, he has a 10 high flush blind versus blind.
This is insane setup. And a limp pot as well.
What started off as a limped pot could potentially be a 3x pot jam on the river. Or maybe Bence just bets 4 million.
He's reaching for those big chips.
And Popa just puts it in. Oh, he's going big.
It's an overbet.
Another overbet. I mean, Popa is absolutely licking his lips at this point.
No, it's 3.7.
Oh, okay, 3.7
It looks like an
million.
overbet, but those
Okay.
were 500K chips,
Yes.
not 1 million.
Well, I think Bence will be going home for dinner because the only size I can imagine that Popa's going to use on this river is all in. Bence has 11 million behind. I mean, he still has more than pot behind, but I just don't see him getting away from this one. But at the same time, I don't see what...
Popa would be shoving with or something.
yeah, what bluffs does he have? And this is why, Jason, you check the ace-9 suited back pre-flop, or else you don't get this kind of action.
This is crazy.
Well, Rosty's super excited. I can see Chris Hill in the background as well. Does jam. Look at Bence. Look at Bence.
I'm pretty sure I do not close that.
I mean, like, does Popa just turn the random ace of clubs into a bluff on the river? Not really when it comes to the ace of hearts. But Bence is going to take some time to think about this. Take as long as you need, my friend. This is an important spot. You're playing for 235,000 euros. You have 109,000 euros locked up, but this is for a lot of money. And there's huge ICM. He calls!
Fold.
He calls! And
Wow.
what is going on?
This is insane. We're already heads up, Bobby.
Bence Paris has been eliminated in third place. And what started off with a limped pot, blind versus blind, leads Bence Paris out of here in third place for 109,000 euros. And Rostislav Sabashenko and Alexandra Popa are heads up for this WSOP circuit main event here in Slovakia. And Popa has got a lot of chips. Rosty's got 58 bigs and Popa's got nearly 3 times his stack.
That was insane.
What just happened?
There are some players that would do that with the bare ace of clubs, but I wouldn't necessarily put Popa on that right away.
Guys, we're going to be back whilst they get the chips sorted for heads up. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
Wow.
Wow.
The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027. The World Series of Poker Circuit returns to Card Casino in 2027.
Before 7 and you have 3.
My eyes is not very good. Sorry.
Welcome back, everybody, and get ready for an exciting heads-up affair. They've already locked up 155,000 euros. They're still playing for 80,000 euros more and the honor of becoming the latest main event champion. I am Jason Glatzer, joined by the legendary Bobby James. Welcome back, Bobby.
Oh, welcome back indeed. I mean, this is a mega deep heads up. I mean, I don't think I've seen a heads up like this for a while. This could take an exceedingly long time. And yeah, don't forget that Bahamas package as well.
Yeah, $5,000 Bahamas package. A little bit more meaningful, I would say, in some of the other events where the prize was more, but it's still sweet.
235k up top. I mean, obviously over 150k locked. This is going to be a real battle. Really looking forward to this one.
I'm just wondering if it's going to be longer or less than the 4.5-hour heads up I just experienced.
I really have no idea, honestly. But I mean, I don't mind a long heads up. Like we've got all day.
Heads up. Especially with these two players who are both experienced active players.
Yes.
Both players in these spots before, both live and online. So Popa pipping that deuce with the tray.
I mean, this is just such a mega deep heads up. There's going to be a lot of leveling wars taking place for sure.
Oh boy, 2-pair here for Popa. Maybe can get a little bit of thin value here off the deuce.
Yeah, I think we can go for a small bet here.
The two-pair doesn't matter with the 9. So
yeah, I think you can just go for some value here. You can probably bet like half pot.
Yeah,
you're going to have the best hand like nearly all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong. Rusty can still have some better 4s for sure, but I think you can still bet. Yeah, it goes for 625 by the looks of it.
And if you're raised, it's an easy fold, and if you're often called, it's going to be something like what you see, or even a king high can call here.
Well, advantage Popa already. I mean, it was advantage to start off with. I mean, such an insanely large stack.
Yuri's asking if first place gets a Bahama main event ticket. It's something completely different. It's a $5,000 package. It includes a tournament for all the ring winners. They can win a bracelet in that tournament. They get free accommodation as well during that time. And very often you see that they just extend the time that they're there and play a few other things. So
it's Champions of Champions, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
They used to have that in Las Vegas, and they've moved it over to the Bahamas to make it a little bit more tropical.
Have you been to the Bahamas, Jay?
I have, actually, but not during WSOP. So we're going back the year before I joined the industry when steps were introduced. The year steps were introduced was an amazing thing, and I won 2 packages actually to the Bahamas from $7.50.
Wow. Yeah, I feel like I will probably go to the Bahamas this year. I normally go to Prague, but I feel like I will go to Bahamas this year.
Last year was with family. The year before I was in Vegas, so I think I'm overdue a Bahamas trip myself.
Yeah, I did Vegas November for NAPT and then came back for Prague. But
I'm one of the few people that actually doesn't like Vegas. It's so strange being in the industry.
I understand. Trust me, it's a sensory overload.
Yeah,
just a real sensory overload of the place. Wow, that is a very interesting flop. If we see a 9,
Yeah,
that could be
crazy.
absolute curtains. That would be crazy.
It would be appropriate based on everything we've seen so far at this final table. It's been setup after setup after
I've
setup.
never seen so many ace kings against ace queens in my life. I think we had 8. 8.
8? You think
8.
that many?
Well, Sebastian had 3 himself. And I think they've all involved Popa.
Yeah. I mean,
Crazy.
Popa, as we mentioned, Popa's played very well, but if we're looking at card distribution, you know...
I mean, yeah, obviously the
statistically
deck's
speaking,
been
is-
going his way as
yeah,
well.
far
for
ahead.
sure. Yeah, we don't want a 9 yet. That would just...
No, we want a long heads up.
Yeah.
We don't need a setup right now.
I
That's
mean,
a little bit of a setup here, though. A jack,
a
both players
jack
with
is-
top pair.
a jack doesn't
gutter.
really do us any favors here either.
Both players with a gut shot, too, that they might think is good, but the jack being top pair is very strong. And Popa thinking about maybe how much to bet.
Well, I mean, the pot's 5.5 million already. I mean, if he goes for like 2 mil here, oh, he's going bigger. Is that 4,150 he's gone for?
And Rusty has to be thinking,
Yeah, 4.2, yeah.
what's going on
Yeah,
here?
4,150. Well, I don't think there's any folding
No,
to
but
start off here.
at the same time, he's got to be thinking, you know, Popa's been not necessarily playing face up, but he has been many times just because he's getting cards. But he is a player capable of firing out here based on his chip stack with something else.
I mean, it's very hard to make a pair heads up, I tell you that. But it does look like he is going to flick in the call.
Yeah, it's so hard.
Wow, 14 million in the pot. Rusty's only got 9 million behind. I mean, if it's a brick card, it's going to be very dangerous. Oh my
God.
gosh. Rusty makes 2 pair, and this could all flip
Wow.
the other way. I mean, the 9 does get there for the straight. The flush does get there as well.
Wow.
But Rusty improves in a way that we did not see coming.
It is an action killer to some degree with the 9 possibility for the straight, but at the same time, Rusty would have been out. You know, there's no way he
Yeah.
would have avoided it with a lot of rivers.
Yeah, but I mean, also the frontal flush draw does get there as well. So if it was the offsuit 7, I could imagine it would be a little bit different. Rusty might even have to check back here, honestly. He might just have to check back.
Then again,
Yes, he
Popa
does check
would be-
back.
Yeah, Popa would be betting his flushes and 9s, I think, here too. So I'm not quite sure the check back is what I would do, but I can understand that he's up to 23
I
million
think
now.
Popa could even trap, though, with you know, Jack 10 would trap here. You know, Jack 8 would potentially trap here. But it's not technically trapping. It's more about the fact that it's not a great river
Yeah,
for 2
yeah,
pair
there's-
combos anyway.
There's sets and 2 pairs that would be checking there. You're right.
I really like the check back from Rusty. I mean, he's up to 23 million. What a turnaround.
I'm just glad we're still sitting in our chairs, Bobby. I thought it was going to be all over.
Well, now we've got an 80 big blind heads up.
Yeah,
This
now
is
we could be here for 5
crazy.
hours.
Yeah,
I'm looking
now-
forward to it.
Get the coffee out, Jay, because we're definitely locked in.
There were so many good players at this final table, too, for it to go this fast. It's not like the case where people were misplaying anything. It's really one of the most dynamic final tables I've seen in a long time. You know, it wasn't one where it was a short final table. We just got heads up fast. Of course, we could be looking at a very long heads up. In Tallinn, it didn't get heads up fast, and we had a long heads up. And now here in Slovakia, with 235,000 awaiting the winner, things are close to evened up again. Popa min raising. We're up to 400,000 now. There. And Popa still ahead with the ace high. Doesn't have any reason other than to check. And let's see if Rusty takes a stab with his gutter after it was checked back to him. Trying to represent something like a 6 or a 7, but he may opt to check as well. That was insane, that last hand. I just can't believe it.
I mean, this is wild, man.
I'm not watching my streams back very often, but I'm definitely going to be watching this final table again. There's so much to take in. And still a lot more to come. And an ace gets there for Popa. It should be easy for him to call if he's bet into again.
Yeah, this will be a spot where I can't imagine Rosti is going to be bluffing now. His king high has some showdown value. And Popa has a pretty easy value bet, around 2 million or something here.
Yeah, there's a lot of hands calling him still. He shouldn't be that concerned about a 7.
You get all of the information. Basically, you bet 2 million on the river, you get raised, you can probably fold.
Yeah. A 4 or 5 might be checking as
goes,
well, but...
goes 1.5. I think what Rosti needs to remember is, like, he's actually not getting bluffed that much by Popa in these spots. And yeah, king high has some decent showdown value, but I would just like it if he just took a little bit more time with his decisions and tried to really reiterate his thought process.
Popa is certainly capable of bluffing, though, so it's the, you know,
yeah, like the 8-9,
pretty easy.
The 8-9s and stuff like that for sure.
And he's repping the ace with the button open, although button should be opening pretty much everything, you know, heads up. I'd be very impressed if actually Rosti can get away from it. You know, it's like if you think about how the hand went down.
Yeah.
King is often
nice.
good here.
Good fold. Good fold. Yeah, but I think once you take the betting lead, like, you know, like Rosti did, and then you get bet into on the river, I think it's very unlikely that you're going to be ahead with king high.
Yeah, it's really the 8-9 that you're
just really 8-9 really, and maybe
some hearts.
Yeah, even the 10-8, like the 10-8, the 10-9, things like this. They're kind of the only real bluffs, but to be honest with you, I just don't see them so much. I mean, this is going to be sick.
Yeah.
There's no other words for it. I'm super looking
It's already
forward to
sick.
it. Yeah. I mean, unreal speed.
The fact nobody went broke on that last hand is amazing.
I mean, the speed of the final table. We've only been casting for 3 hours.
Wow. And
that's
we're heads
crazy.
Up. Considering the ladies event, how long did we go? 14 hours? Close to that? 13 hours?
Yeah.
And the mini main final table, I think, was about 7 hours. The ladies event was the whole, you know, most of the event, I have to say, but the mini main was just the final table, and that must have been around 7 hours on a 30-minute clock.
Yes, the ladies, we were streaming for 9 hours and 50 minutes.
It?
Mini main was only 5 hours. The PLO was the longest. That was 11 hours.
Okay. But that was so much fun.
And then 7 hours yesterday. I mean, we've put in the hours. That's all I can say. We've put in the hours since we've been here.
Wait a minute here, Bobby. We have a 3-bet by Popa with the ace-jack, a very strong king-9. Popa should be 3-betting much wider than ace-jack, but hasn't really shown that yet. So let's see if Rosti gives him credit or not.
We've done 33 hours of commentary in 4 days.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Sufficient.
And we still like each other, too. That's impressive.
That's generally quite hard to happen, honestly. When you commentate with someone for so long, it can go either way. We do see the call of the 3-bet here. I mean, expected call, to be honest, with a king heads up.
Not the flop either player wants to see, but a flop that maybe Popa wants to continue on.
Yeah, I think Rosti's going to have some decent amount of Queen X in his range here. He's going to have like the Queen Jack, the Queen 10, Queen 9 suited, some King Queen as well for sure. But Popa's probably just going to go for like 2 mil as a c-bet. Yeah. Good sizing here. No backdoor flush draw, Badoogie board.
Badoogie.
A Badoogie board, isn't it?
Yeah. Throw away the queen even though it's a diamond. Maybe get a better one. Depends on what the 4th card is.
I'm probably going to see a call here from Rosti. Yep. Stacked pot ratio 1.6 at this point, 7 on the turn. This is definitely better for Sabachenko for sure, this card. But if Popa continues the aggression, Sabachenko is going to find it very hard to do anything here.
And it slows it down a little bit.
Yeah, this is what I mean. It is a better turn card for Rosti. He still has a lot of like, you know, some Queen X for sure, has like Queen Jack, Queen 10, like I said, you know, before. The 7 doesn't really connect too much with Rosti, but it connects way more with his draws than it would for Popa. And we do see a bet here from Rosti.
Looks like close to 4 million, 3.3 million.
Yeah, really like the size actually. Yeah.
Gets Popa to fold.
Yeah, bravo. I mean, look how close this is. 26 million plays 32 million, Jay. This is, I mean, Rosti's in the zone. I feel like he's taking...
Don't waste time, but take your time. There's nothing worse, though, than entering a tournament and you see that somebody's just intentionally wasting time. That tilts me, actually, a little bit, but people just thinking that's natural. That's part of poker. I like, actually, that they instituted, it's something that we can maybe squeeze in, that they instituted the shot clocks at the WSOP with, let's say, abusing happening on some of the side tables, and then they took it away at the final table to give everybody the ample time that they need to make the decisions, understanding that it really doesn't matter. The clock is so long that if somebody needs 5-10 minutes and nobody calls the clock, it's affecting everybody at the table equally, and anybody can call the clock at any time anyway.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of unnecessary to have a shot clock in this situation.
Let's see if Rabashenko's opening every button. This is a hand if he's opening this. We know he's at least limping or raising each hand, and does raise it.
Popa has a mixed hand here. King 7 off, does like 3-betting, but also calling going to be fine too. You want to 3-bet some of like the worst King X, you know, because when Sabashenko has a hand like, you know, Queen 9, Queen 8 or whatever, it just has to like raise fold. This is just going to be a one and done, I believe, from Sabashenko. Probably just bet like 500k. Yeah,
exactly 500k.
My heads up sizings are pretty good, to be honest. Heads up's one of my favorite forms of the game. But I think, yeah, it's a one and done spot. Like easy call for Popa with King High here on this paired board.
Although it's going to be hard for Rosti to continue, I think.
Yeah.
Because what is your opponent calling with? You know, it's that's going to all of a sudden fold.
Yeah.
Like, we see that he can here, but then...
It's a one and done spot for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the ace on the river is very interesting. Popa's hand just strengthens massively. And he goes from having a bluff catcher to a potential value bet. Yeah, King is the nuts in this spot for sure.
Good discipline there by Rosti. Could have lost more easily there.
It's a really bad turn to barrel on that kind of board anyway. It doesn't connect with the board in any way. Your opponent has a bunch of ace-x that he's just going to flat pre. Yeah, I do think heads up, no limit hold'em at the end of a tournament is the purest form of poker.
No ICM at all, and it's just now heads up for 80,000 euros. That's the difference between first and second place.
There's a lot of money. I've swapped so many times with Rosti as well, you know, but obviously I didn't get to play this event, so there was no swap.
No swap, no little cheeky purchase of a share?
No, not even an offer, actually.
Too much value.
Oof. We see the monotone ace queen 3. Rosti does have the only diamond and middle pair here for Popa.
I can't imagine that you really want to play around with the 2 of diamonds, so, but maybe I'm wrong.
Definitely not folding.
You're not folding.
No, it's heads up. We have a diamond. It's heads up. We have a backdoor straight draw. We now have a flush.
Let's see if Popa wants to represent the better flush.
Kind of an interesting
That's
spot.
river,
If he didn't have a queen, then we would probably see him bet. But the fact that Popa does have a pair means that he's very unlikely to. And Rosti has an interesting situation here. You can just go for like 400k on the river, or you can just go for a check. The problem with 400k is you could bet small enough that induces a raise from Popa, and then you're in a world of pain. And if you go for a bigger size and get raised, it's even more horrible. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here.
I'm not surprised he checked.
I like the check. It does allow Popa to bet if he didn't have a pair. Deuce of diamonds is good enough.
So it's now 26 million to 32 million. It's really even now. It'd be fun if they just threw the 235,000 euros out on the table like they do with the 10 million for...
a little bit different, isn't it? But
yeah,
I mean, it would still look pretty spectacular.
It's still a lot of money. I enjoy heads-up play as well. You know, I used to be a sit-and-go player like many, many, many years ago, so I feel pretty good when I'm heads-up. Probably wouldn't feel too good with this heads-up, but, you know, in the tournaments that I play, I'm usually pretty confident heads-up. It's fun because it's a lot of mind games and a lot of strategy changing. Unless you're really shallow, and then it's just push fold and hope for the best. But that's not the case here. Stacks are super deep. Shortest stack with over 60 big blinds in heads-up play is not shallow at all.
So crazy.
But look at this. Ace-10 against Ace-6. We have Popa 3-betting.
Yeah, I like the 3-bet here from the Ace-6. Like, you know, I did say earlier you want to start 3-betting some of the worst ones, the Ace-6, Ace-7, Ace-8 in heads-up play. And then obviously Rosti has a very easy call with the Ace-10 off. 6.6 million in the middle. About just under 4 SPR. King 3 deuce.
No setup on this flop at least. Very easily, if there was an ace here, we could see some mayhem. Maybe we see it anyway.
Yeah, I think Popa has a pretty easy C-bet here. Probably sizing up a little bit. I'm probably going like 2.5 or something.
It looks like he went a little lower.
Yeah, 1.8, kind of like third-ish sizing. Not a bit less.
And Rosti thinking things through.
Pretty easy call here for Rosti with the Ace-10. You're dominating the other Ace-X at 3-bets pre-flop. Doesn't really connect too much with the Ace-Deuce, Ace-3, because those don't really 3-bet that much. They just want to call. 5 on the turn. Well, we don't want to see a 4.
No, a 4 would spell a little
do
bit
not
of
want to
trouble
see
for
a
Rosti.
4. We want this heads up to continue. I think Popa has a pretty easy check on the turn now. Oh,
He has something else in mind, I think.
he is going for it.
It's the first time we're really seeing him take a stab without the goods.
It looks
so.
like 4.7 million. Or 5.2, something like that. 5.7. Tough spot here for Rosti. Like, if Rosti calls, it's going to be a very difficult river to play on a lot of rivers.
Yeah, like even if a 10 comes, he'd be ahead.
Yeah, it does fold. Good fold. I mean, obviously he has the best hand, but like versus the aggression on flop and turn, this is going to be a good fold.
Especially since we haven't seen anything from Popa
Oh,
like
I
this
just
yet.
didn't know if we were just going to see a 4 and that was going to be it. Not the case. Good. Heads up play continues.
I want to break our record, my record anyway, which I think is 6.5 hour heads up. If we can get that, I'll be a happy man. What's your longest that you've commentated in heads up?
Oh, I had one that was super long. It was Nlh in the well, I think it was the main, mini main, I think, in Rostov WSOP. I think that was 5 or 6 hours.
Ah, so I have you beaten that one, actually, which is rare to have Bobby beaten anything, actually,
that's
but
a
I'll
hard
take
one.
it. Yeah, this was during the Battle of Malta when...
Was
right
that Van
before the pandemic.
Zedelhoff or...
Yeah, he was like, he had Sergei Lisi on the ropes. Sergei had him on the ropes.
Yeah.
Back and forth. About 4 hours in, they made a heads-up deal. Still went on for another 2 hours.
Wow.
The Dutch people going crazy. Lisi didn't really have too many fans in the chat, but he was a gentleman on the table and played
That's
super
enough.
well, especially against Van Zedelhoff, who's an established pro. But you remember those things, you know. It's not surprised you remember everything about your longest heads-up, too.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy one. Queen on the river. Popper does get there. And, I mean, Rosty's hand is just a pure check anyway. Popper's going to bet. And I imagine Rosty will just fold, having the ace-6 without any club. Can't really do too much. I mean, Rosty's been unlucky. Like, Popper's got there quite a few times. Yeah, good pass.
So Popa now back to nearly 2-1 chip edge that he began the heads-up with.
Now, Brad XP says, APT Manila was ridiculously long last night. This has been rather quick.
Yeah, I can't believe we're heads-up already still.
I mean, you say it's been quick. This is this could go on for some time because they're both insanely deep. 1 hour blind increase as well. Could go any way. And I mean, if Rosty wins a big one and takes over the chip lead, this could just go back and forth like ping pong.
But it isn't a passive heads-up at all, by any means.
Not by any means. I mean, Rosty's probably going to open here. Hasn't had a limp strategy at all.
So just a limp with the king 8, and Popa waking up with the bishop.
This is the first time we've seen a limp, actually, from Rosty here.
Well, it saves him from being 3-bet, and he'll be able to call a single raise.
Yeah, I guess like king 8 might want to limp call sometimes versus raise.
It induces some raises, but in this case, it's actually pot control that he doesn't realize yet.
Yeah, it's a genuine hand from Popa here. 1.3 million.
And a quick call there by Rosty, as we expected.
Yeah, I mean, this hand probably wants to limp call and not raise, because then when you get 3-bet, you have to fold. Jack in the window and king on the flop.
Another setup.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I mean, Popa wants to be using probably like maximum 800k sizing.
This is absolutely crazy. I mean, I don't see... I mean, unless another spade comes, that could slow things down. But otherwise, it's a bit out of hand right now.
Yeah, small sizing. I think 800k is the one.
Looks like a little bit bigger.
1.4, wow.
Targeting something like a king X, a
I
queen
mean,
10.
So in general, you would actually want to size up this board, but with his hand in particular, I mean, yeah, Rosty can have some kings, obviously.
Oh, no, don't reach for more chips,
No, I think he's
Rosty.
just calling. I think he's just calling. But, like, the thing is, Rosty can definitely have some king X. So, I mean, you know, targeting that is obviously going to be fine. Deuce on the turn does bring the second flush draw as well.
Yeah, this is an awfully wet board, but still an amazing spot for Popa.
Yeah, this is interesting for sizing here. Your hand is super strong, does require a little bit of protection, but not that much. So you want to size up so you can put it in on the river. I mean, if you go like 4 million, I think 4 million's a real sweet spot here. It means there'll be 13.6 in the middle, and Rosty will have 14 behind.
Yeah, he's reaching for more than that, it looks like.
4.2?
Yeah, 4.2.
Potentially.
I believe that's correct.
I think 4.2 is exact SPR1, by the way. Yeah, 4.2 is exact SPR1. Because it's like 15 million in the middle.
It's going to be a little less, but about that, yeah. It's going to be 14 in
14,
the middle, and
yes.
he'll have 13-ish if he calls.
Yeah.
Which
It's basically SPR1 anyway.
But Rossi may be looking, this is a wet board, I have top pair and do something, but I think it's only a call.
Yeah,
here.
you don't want to raise here. This is just pure call. Well, unless we see a spade or a club, I mean, or a king or an 8. And Oh my god! I mean, it is
Wow.
the 8 of spades. This could be the saving grace for Rosty that it is the 8 of spades. He does have some flushes here for sure. Wow, poker
Wow.
just snap jams.
Not afraid of that backdoor or front door flush getting there.
Wow, Popa just snap jams the river.
Wow, wow, wow. I'm glad he didn't snap call.
Oh, this is definitely not a snap by any means. Popa can still have king jack. He can still have plenty of flushes. It's a raised pot, so he has all of the nut flushes, has some of the queen high flushes. Queen 10 of spades would raise pre. Maybe queen 9 of spades can raise pre.
Wow, wow, wow.
Obviously, he has sets of jacks as well. This is such a brutal river. Like, what bluffs does Popa even have?
I don't know how he's getting away from this.
No, he calls, and Sabashenko is gone.
Wow, that was fast. Alexandru Popa, congratulations. You could see the celebrations. 235,000, a dominating display. The quickest final table that we could have even pictured.
I don't think I've ever seen a final table that quick. And a heads up where they're over 100 big blinds deep just go so fast as well. Such a cooler. 8 on the river. And that is Rostislav Sabashenko busting in second place for 155,000 euros. And congratulations to our winner, Alexandru Popa of Romania, who is the World Series of Poker Circuit champion here in Slovakia, in Šamorín. Wow.
Wow. And thank you very much, Bobby. It's been an absolute pleasure to be with you,
Thank you, my
all
friend.
week.
There's some celebrations happening. And yeah, Jason, I've had a great time. I've enjoyed commentating with you. And yeah, I mean, I look forward to being in the booth with you again.
Until the next time here at Card Casino, it's been absolutely fantastic. Staff here amazing, very welcoming hospitality, and wanted to also thank everybody there as well. And yeah, it's been real, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in as well. The chat has been amazing, and need to thank you all as well. And until the next time.
We'll see you soon. Take care.